And we are ready to go.
So it's been a little bit, so just in case anyone's forgotten, you're at Redshift Energies. There's some Stormers here. You've figured out that they're being controlled through tech. Tech that for some reason the Duke cannot talk to. It gets a busy line. So far, you have managed to take down Washout over here on the second floor. Tenfold, who went down incredibly quickly, honestly, over here.
He went down quick. What about Crux?
What was he doing again, Tenfold?
He was searching these labs that he was in.
Innocently,
And then
until
Chile
Xiaomi
ran
showed
across him and bashed him in the face and he fell over.
Hey, he punched a civilian.
He
Yes, he did.
He was sucking.
Yes, Crux did get punched through a wall and landed out over here.
I punched him once, and now he's over there.
Ghostlight is being a real irritant by nobody being able to touch her.
I need to invent the fucking Ghostbuster thing, because this is a problem.
But on the other hand, she hasn't been able to affect anyone yet either.
Well, we just, that's just pure luck. Sooner or later, she's going to start pissing us off.
The Duke has grabbed hold of Kid Singularity, who is currently bound.
And gonna die.
He tried to suck you into a black hole, but it failed.
Because obvious.
Alan was doing something or another up here with the breakers for the building.
Yep. Yeah, I'm in the main electrical room.
Was there anything else? Yes, Chain found what they were looking for and just leapt out of the second floor of the building. Out here.
Which is a terrible decision, because I'm on the first floor.
I wish I could get paid to write my fetishes into an RPG like the guy who wrote Her did.
Yeah.
So when we return, it is the Duke's turn.
Awesome. I'm gonna do a thing. We earned a hero point, according to you, during the session, because we did a good job with the everything. I'm gonna spend it and fatigue myself in order to use my special double whammy ability, which lets me essentially spend 2 hero points a turn to do stuff. So here's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I am basically just boosting my movement speed enough to be there, which I essentially, but
Basically just a double move action, I assume.
yeah, it's essentially just I'm just increasing the speed by it's like a 5. You can have a 5-point power, and that's way more than I need to go that fast. So I'm just boom, I'm there.
Are you letting go of Kid Singularity or dragging?
No,
him
I'm not.
with you?
I'm not. That's just that's the part of my double whammy that's fatiguing me. The other part, which the point's being spent on, is having a second standard action. I'm using my first one to freely do my strength damage against King Singularity, who's still grabbed.
Go ahead and do that then.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't do anything. You just roll toughness.
Toughness. Yeah.
Damage resist versus DC.
13 rank, DC 28.
Yep.
Yes. $28, you said?
Mm-hmm. Just straight up toughness, no other.
Right. You clench your fist around Singularity, who, I'll remind you, is a fairly wiry young person.
I just tightened my grip. I need to make sure he didn't escape. That's my excuse.
And now you have Paste Singularity.
Aw.
No, he does cry out in pain, though, which is a difference from the lack of noise he's been making this entire time. You have staggered and bruised him.
Cool. You can move him.
Yes.
I mean, I technically speaking here, can you beat a 22 on a strength roll?
No,
well, technically
he cannot.
technically you can roll a 20, but even then, I don't know.
No,
if you
even then, he can't do it.
Wow, okay, you're boned. Alright, so you're still in my hands. Still bound. Oh yes, now chain. So now I have my second standard action. I'm going to swat. And actually, you said she was holding something, right?
She is holding a canister.
Yeah, that's mine now.
What exactly are you attempting to do?
I'm disarming her of that.
Is
Mine
that
now.
the actual disarm roll?
Yes, that's the actual disarm roll. She has to beat it, or I get the object. Now, now by doing this, I make myself vulnerable. Feel free to wail on me with your chains, lady. I can't give less of a fuck.
Ralph is into that.
Shut up.
Obviously.
Shut up. Give me the fucking canister.
Where is the disarm roll?
Oh, it's a pain in the butt to go find. It's
Disarm
where grab
standard
is.
action. You attempt to knock an item out of an opponent's grasp. Make an attack check with a -2 penalty.
Okay, -2 from that. My mistake.
If you succeed, make an opposed check of your attack's damage versus the defender's strength. If
Okay, so you actually roll your damage.
Okay. Oh, okay. So there. And that's versus your strength.
Yes. Okay, you do manage to wrench the canister out of her hands.
If
Please
you
roll me
made
a strength check really quick.
Okay.
If you made the disarm unarmed, the Duke has a hand with fine manipulators, then he can grab it as a free.
Okay. You do not accidentally crush the canister, as small as it is.
Alright. But it's mine now, eat a dick. So, I've got an idiot in one hand and a canister in the other. I feel like I've completed my life goal of finally using both hands.
I believe that is your turn.
Yes, that's everything. Also, I'm fatigued now.
You are now fatigued and vulnerable, aren't you?
Vulnerable because I do disarm, yes. Without having the improved blah 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 thing.
Yes. Tenfold is unconscious. Giame.
Come help.
I'm gonna assume that, yeah, fine.
Both hands are busy.
It's better than trying to fight a ghost anyway.
Yeah, probably.
I don't see anything about disarm making you vulnerable.
I think it's just built into... Hold on, I'll just... Oops.
Thank you for the easy label. Okay.
Here we go. Oh, that's what it is. So I'm not vulnerable. Instead, improved disarm just removes the penalty I take. Oh, okay. So I guess I'm not vulnerable after all.
You're not
works
vulnerable.
different. Works different from grab. Alright.
Does it put me out about here?
It'll put you out right behind Chain.
Oh,
You can
goody.
see her from where you're standing currently.
Airborne tackle.
Death from above, what?
Well, she's on the same level as you.
Yeah.
She's currently suspended from her chains that are attached to the side of the building.
And I just took the frickin' thing in her hand. You could go for Kin Singularity or her. I'm gonna be frank, Kin Singularity is the bigger threat. Chain is just kind of... Chain.
You haven't seen what Chain does at all.
I'm not impressed.
By what nothing you've seen.
Yes,
No,
yeah.
I'm just not impressed by the name and what her powers... Like, I've seen her web sling, basically, with chains. I can take the guess that it probably her powers involve hitting people with chains. Impressed, I am not.
Give your storyteller time to tell story.
No. Kill me. Murder the one that's actually a threat.
So, Ralph.
Shut up. So you're not wrong.
Fun thing I didn't think about. I won't be able to heal him.
No, you won't.
Okay, for style point. Sick
Alright.
backflips over this way.
Yep, pretty sick backflips.
Also, he is staggered and bound, so I think his... I don't remember, does bound reduce their defenses in any way?
He is actually immobile because of your ability.
Right, so that would... Okay. Go for dodge!
Just gonna straight up hit him.
That would hit him regardless. Add, add the 5 for multi-attack.
Alright, DC of 26.
Okay.
Dog, my ribs.
You bonk him over the head as you jump, doing backflips over him. And, well, he winces and has his eyes screwed shut. It's not much to tell what you did, but you definitely did something.
Ow, my noodle.
Regular little constellation forming over his token.
And
And I'm gonna
Okay.
hop up to the roof.
Boing.
Later, nerds.
speaking of hopping, Mr. Hops, what was his current order?
As always, his standard orders are to delay his turn till after me and wait for my orders.
He is waiting for orders. Alan.
Okay, so, I know this was going to take me a couple rounds to do, and I don't remember how much of it we had gotten done. But I wanted to find the main circuit breaker and the building's transformer.
You had done that.
Right. So now what I am going to do is, gingerly, from about 4 feet back, toss these two bars that I've made, one nickel and one copper. Going to toss them gingerly at the transformer, intending to short out the connections from external power to internal.
Okay.
And
I
then
will remind you you're standing in water right now.
Well, I'm shorting out the outside to inside so that power is going to basically come straight from the mains into the walls of this building, like into the electrical wiring of this building.
Okay.
Because I need that kind of high voltage. And then what I'm going to do is, let's see here, double checking the plan here. I'm hoping I can do this gingerly toss at a immobile object as a move action.
Yes, that's not really an arduous task.
Check. Check. Good. And then right here at the epicenter where this transformer is now is now bridging these two very wide potentials of very wide voltage potentials. I'm going to transmute the transformer into halon gas and hope it doesn't shock me too badly as it makes the transition.
Okay, what precisely is this going to do?
What this is going to do is cause the entire building, all of the circuits and wires in the walls, the entire building has just been transformed into one big fused voltage coil. So you know how you make an electric motor by winding a copper wire around a iron core?
Sure.
I'm turning all of the circuits that run throughout this building to power sockets and whatnot into that winding. Then I'm going to cause the core right here to undergo massive failure, turn all of this power into DC for the brief moment it is bridged, and then cut, which should reproduce the effect of a pinch. Effectively, an EMP centered on this transformer, and should have an effective radius if this building has the kind of powers that the kind of power draw that I'd expect of a big science lab. Should have an effect of a couple kilometers.
Why'd you just shut off the city, you ass clown?
Okay, I'm going to bring this up because this is something Alan would know.
Yes?
Rather, it's something that he would take it upon himself to probably learn. Does the Duke have EMP shielding?
Yes, it's one of the first things. We've established this twice
Yes,
now. I
know. I'm being thorough.
Good.
Does Chiome have EMP shielding?
No.
Nope, that nanotech in her is gonna just short.
I am aware it might have attacked them just as much as it's going to attack these guys, but if they wake up from it, then all is well.
Okay.
Technically, Chiome will still be alive and functioning, just her arms and legs won't work.
Yeah, it's all of her powers are gonna short out. Everything human is still gonna work.
She's gonna be wiggling there on the floor going, "Motherfucking son of a bitch! I'm
But
a
this-
when I work."
This is the only thing I could think of to stop what is apparently a nanotech-based mind control. short it
work.
out.
I'm not saying it can't work. It's risky.
And the Duke's gonna have some time with Chioma in a garage, basically.
With their arms and legs off, yes.
Wouldn't be the first time. Woo!
It wouldn't, no. You have any idea what alcohol stains do to machinery?
Speaking in just the terms what Alan actually has to do, the actual transmutation, since all you need to do is make the thing fail, isn't actually that difficult.
Yeah. You know the city board is going to have words with you about the whole blackout thing?
It's only a kilometer or so.
Says the guy airdropping in and destroying property left and right.
Okay, the difference between the two is
Is
I'm
that
destroying
mine-
property that no one's inside of, and people are directly attacking anyway. There's going to be holes. Difference is he's hitting stuff like 3 blocks that way.
And it'll all be fine in a couple hours. After the electrical company comes through and fixes the giant short I've just made.
Alright.
At least it gives them something to do.
So you toss your, what was it, copper and iron?
Copper and nickel.
Nickel.
Basically, it had to turn into a capacitor very briefly.
You toss them at, I'm forgetting all my words today.
Transformer?
Yes, thank you. Like the awful movies.
Yes.
And I had to turn it into halon gas in order to not cause that battery to then ionize. Which would be bad at point blank.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Now, because you are standing ankle deep in water, you are going to get some little shocking from this.
Oh god, I'm made of water too. No! I forgot.
On the other hand, yes, I'm going to get some incidental shocks, but the water is well grounded.
Yes, but roll me a toughness.
Alrighty.
You're not dodging that.
Okay, I haven't taken any bruises today.
No,
Lucky you.
Yeah, most of your
Most
you
of
haven't really
someone
fought
tried to
anyone.
drown you.
Yeah, he hasn't really fought anybody. People just attacked him a little bit. He got lucky, and that was it. He's mostly just been trying to do this.
Well, there's a good roll.
DC was 98.
You are now fried chicken.
You can feel some tingles over your legs as you make your process transmuting.
Luckily, you remembered your rubber souls today. Which I totally think something that your character would wear, because you deal with all kinds of weird shit. You'd have rubber souls.
Not a bad assumption, but we'll leave it up to him. So as you turn the transformer into halon gas, there's a fairly loud boom.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the immediate effects because there was a light on in the room you're in, and it is now off.
Perfect.
You also hear a lot of creaking around you. It is around this time, I'll remind you, that the Duke has been adding a lot of structural instabilities to the bottom floor.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have words about that.
How about the words being, I can't go to the second floor and make structural instability, so...
I believe he's made about 5 different holes at this point.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
I
6 different holes.
I had to...
On the ground floor, they're not through many walls, though.
No, I've only gone through...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 walls have been damaged.
Yeah, but only... that have taken part of the structural integrity of the entire, square.
Do you think it's only the outside walls that contribute to the structural integrity?
No! It's still mostly... the worst damage is...
Oh,
I'll
please
remind
don't.
you the building
Please.
is creaking and groaning right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
In most buildings, the outside walls probably contribute the least to the structural integrity.
Why the...
Especially in tall buildings.
I forgot. What the fuck happened on... Oh, right, Mr...
Every time you start pointing, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
The hole down
third
on the
floor.
third floor. That big smashed area.
Was
Kid
that...
Singularity had some fun.
Yeah, it was a black hole.
Oh. Fourth
You know
floor
what?
should be coming down, then. Which means the other floors are coming down. Yeah, get out of there.
Just be glad
We'll
that
get
Megan
to it.
didn't show up.
Mhm.
Chiome,
We.
You plop down, plunk.
please make me an acrobatics check.
Yes, leap out of the way of the incoming.
No. Shush.
Leap out of your legs.
Though, if we want to modify that for all of a sudden losing stats,
Yes, I was going to apply a negative to that.
there's going to be a little bit of a negative.
Oh, I know what this is. This is you trying not to face plant the ground.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Chiome, you feel your legs lock up, your arms too, whatever position they were in, and you start teetering over off the edge of the building.
Crap.
Now, how do you manage someone falling when it's not on their turn?
You just do it. You could, if it's tall enough, you can say certain actions could happen before they finish falling.
It's only 4 stories. That's only like 60 to 75 feet.
If it works like D&D, it resolves on their turn.
I don't know if it does.
Well, because the round does technically all represents one set of 6 seconds.
Yeah, if it works on D&D, like it does in D&D, it resolves on their turn and counts as their movement.
We'll see about that then.
It doesn't really matter either way, because she won't be doing a whole lot after this.
Yeah, but if it works like that, I can save her from falling and killing herself. So.
That's a plus.
Yes, that reminds me. So yes, the actual effects of an EMP should be resolved as a nullify electronics and technology attack. So it should have a save DC unless someone is vulnerable to their own modifier.
Specifically for me, this is a complication, so she just auto-fails this.
Okay.
I'm fine. I thought of that. I'm the tank.
Okay, so...
Just wanted that out there for the
What's your
listeners.
nullify DC be?
The DC of his power, I presume? I mean, he's trying to deliberately short-circuit something, if not us.
Considering it's me causing it, that kind of sort of works, yes?
Yeah, it should be an area effect at the same power level as his power. It probably should be treated as an alternate effect if he wants to do the math on it.
I mean, you are actually trying, like, the point of this is to short-circuit a bunch of nanites inside of the enemy, not to take down your friends, so it would work as an attack.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, point is, we'll get to that when someone's being affected by it. Heartbreaker, it's currently your turn because Alan had to use a move action as well.
Oh shit, I didn't think about this beforehand. Hey, Mr. Hops, go get Chiyomi and bring her back here. End of turn.
Mr. Hops will go bounce.
Land on Chiyomi's head mid-fall.
Yes,
Make adorable
there's suddenly a
sounds.
bunny on your shoulder.
And that's
That
what
is
causes you to tip
in the
forward.
process of falling.
Yeah, it was fine until the bunny landed there, and then I just flew over the edge.
And now you are in the building. You clonk on the floor.
And start drowning.
Turn around.
Yes,
Ow.
you can manage to land on your back.
Oh, alright. Gonna say, like, she can't turn around. She's got, like, arms made of solid metal.
She
She's not moving.
still has her torso to twist things.
Mr. Hops also has the velocity thing, so he can change people's orientation and velocity when he teleports them.
Yes.
She teleports you into, like, a comfortable chair. Just hanging.
Well, Mr. Hops was told to bring her right back here, so she's going on the ground.
Yeah, he used his turnabout.
Mm-hmm.
And then on your next turn, wait for my orders. Yeah, so
Forever.
we're done.
Ghost Light. Nobody knows what happens to her because nobody can currently see her.
Yeah.
Kid Singularity. Duke, you are holding Kid Singularity. He
Yes, I
slumps
am.
in your hand.
Sucks to be you.
Chain falls onto the ground.
Sucks to be her.
Yay.
Let's
I
see.
think it
How much
works.
falling damage did you take?
That
Oh,
is 4. Yeah, fall inflicts
20
damage rank
fallen.
4 plus twice the distance rank fallen to a max of rank 16.
4 plus twice the distance rank fallen. Okay.
I think right now her distance rank is like
20 feet.
Yeah. If I can reach
Yeah.
her, it's not going to be higher than that.
so
So basically just 4.
Probably.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, yeah, it's a serious fall for
Which
people
she
who aren't
is
super
fine.
beings, but she's a super being.
She falls on the ground, and she might have bruised one shoulder, but she's fine.
I try to call in on the comm. Mine works, no one else's does, so I just hear static, curse, and that's about all I can do.
Do remember that you can talk mentally.
Well, I can inform Heartbreaker, so I guess I say, I think, hey Heartbreaker, if you can hear me, it looks like whatever just happened worked. These two have slumped over and are done.
Speech is a free action. Hey everybody, whatever Alan just did worked.
Also, I have the canister.
With that, we can say that initiative
Duke
is
has been
over,
useful for
but
once.
technically combat's over, but I'm actually going to keep you in initiative because the building is still shaking.
Yep.
Duke, what do you do?
I place myself in the biggest hole and help hold up the building.
Oh, I got an idea for an animal companion I can summon that could be useful in just this situation.
God.
Oh boy. Well, while he's figuring
Swarm?
that out. Now go ahead.
Gigantic swarm of ants with speed and quickness.
Actually, yeah, that is pretty fucking useful.
Oh, okay.
We summon the super fast ants to rebuild the building.
That is useful, yes.
Alright, let me find a picture of a swarm of ants.
Well, while you do that, I am going to chuck in Singularity
Under
Direction.
the rubble. No.
Yeah, just out of immediate danger, and then do the same with Chain. Though I am keeping hold of the...
What are you doing with them?
I'm just tossing them.
Okay,
Just-
great.
I don't care, they're fine.
Kid
I didn't-
Singularity dies from the fall.
He can't, actually. I mean, like, I hit him pretty hard, and he's still in one piece. He's fine. And they're not falling
Okay.
anywhere. I'm just
Yes,
rolling
he
them.
is, but only barely.
I'm just...
You don't get to make that call.
I'm underhanding it.
And then Shiome's second hit comes around.
Yes, that is actually still hitting.
Well, look at me. That's not my fault. I gotta hold up a building. Shut up.
When is that? On your turn or his?
End of my turn.
Okay.
I just need to look at ranks and see if this is feasible.
It's either that or I have to keep holding him while I'm trying to hold up a building. No, thank you.
No, but
I can
just-
survive
how
a building
long would
falling
you-
on me.
How long would you say it should take a construction crew to fix this building?
Like brand new or just structurally sound?
Assuming it wasn't going to fall while they're fixing it?
Yeah.
That third floor is a problem, I'll tell you that right now.
Well, no, because I can slap 10 speed and quickness ranks on them. I just need to know how long it would take and see if they can actually do it before the whole thing falls over.
So this is a 4-story building.
I mean, you don't need that
one
many
second.
speed
I'm just
ranks necessarily because
Yeah,
speed scales really high.
I'm
Yeah,
just
because
dividing out.
The ants need to be able to move around.
I'm
Yeah,
just
the ants-
dividing out time in order to give you like man days. One sec.
First floor needs a lot of work. Second floor is...
Oh, that's why I
use a
said
little-
how long it takes a whole construction crew, because the ants.
Third
takes
floor
a
is
construction crew.
fucked. And the fourth floor isn't doing much better.
God damn, does not want to make a token of this.
Not the ants, no. Well, I'm still trying
Actually,
to
trying to make a token of it has crashed both my Firefox and token tool.
Lol. Try a different
Some-
picture.
That sometimes happens with Token Tool. If you save it to disk and then open that in Token Tool, that should work. But sometimes the clipboard does not work the way you want it to.
Also, make sure to limit it down to like if you only want physical, because I don't think it matters if they think quickly.
Now the problem is, I can't actually close token tool, but I can't like use the task manager to do it because that would just close Java.
Oh yeah, quickness isn't an attack. It's not limited to how many ranks you can take it per power level, is it?
No, it's not.
Awesome. Well, we might need to keep these guys on standby because they can be really useful.
Quick, do you know any way to force close a Java program?
Probably.
If you look in the task manager, if under the processes tab, you should see multiple Javas. One for MapTool, one for Token Tool.
Okay. I don't
Yes.
know how I'm supposed to tell which is which.
That is actually relatively easy. Memory usage. On MapTool, look to the status bar at the bottom corner. You should see two numbers suffixed with M's and a slash between.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you how much memory MapTool is using. Do you have working set or memory private working set as columns shown in Task Manager?
Private working set.
Yeah, the best I could
Token
find is
Tool
Batman.
should only be using like 10 to 30 megs. MapTool should be using at about 400 to 600 with the size of this map. So
Okay.
I mean, I have
picked
lots
the
of
right
creepy.
one.
I have lots of creepy fucking spiders, but the closest I got to a swarm of anything was the bats.
Which is not what we want.
So basic guidelines for building them. Pump as many. Well, yeah, like you said, speed scales pretty well. So give them enough speed so that they can swarm around maybe a city block in a second. They need to be smart enough to be able to fix things. So you should probably give them some sorts of expertise.
Expertise architecture should do it.
these are the weirdest freaking ants ever.
They're really
Yeah.
industrious ants. They all wear little hard hats and like go around
Oh yeah, they're of average human intelligence.
individually.
Mm.
And then give them whatever ranks and quickness you can, so we can do this all the time because it's hilarious.
Well, if you only want to be able to go like a city block, that's like what? Yeah, you just need basically about as much as Chiome has in speed.
Yeah, I'll have to look up speed, how it scales.
Well, you break the speed of light at around rank 20.
Ish.
Yes.
Anyways, my limited construction experience, I think it would take maybe 8 or 9 man-months to repair all of this lot.
Okay, so just 1 second.
Assuming that the building is not going to fall while they're trying to repair it, of course.
So that'd be
So
what
8
quickness
months
ranks
is 22 ranks.
Should be able to do that.
So quickness, it's the time minus the quickness rank equals how much time it normally takes.
We're
Yeah,
looking at a time rank of
so-
21.
Yeah, minimum it's gonna need 22. Get it higher than that if you can.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
we're
really
going to be
need-
at half cost per rank, so
Yeah, you want to boost. Basically, you want to book quickness as high as possible. You really only need like a rank, I don't know, 10 speed to get 4 miles in a move action. I'm pretty sure that's enough. Could do with less, honestly.
No.
Yeah, but
I'm
it's
just
not
looking for
movement
this.
speed that's a concern here. It's how long it takes to do all of this repair.
Right, but we're talking about on top of that.
But
Yeah, no, the quickness
ants
thing is-
also need to be able to move fast to do this. But yeah, you get 500 feet for 4 ranks or 900
Yeah,
feet.
the way
per
quickness
round.
is worded, honestly, you can almost not even have speed ranks, so it's kind of about it.
He's giving them
Yeah,
speed
but
ranks so
I'm
they can like
thinking,
zip around at multiple buildings as necessary and that kind of thing without like trying to explain how a bunch of ants are going that fast.
Right, I'm just
they're
saying
that
you
fast.
give them a certain amount and then kind of don't worry about like when they're on the building itself. I think that just counts as quickness.
Yeah, I think we'll give them 5. Well, yeah, but in the future they might need to do multiple buildings at the same time. So
Yeah.
So yeah,
Um,
speed rank 5 is 900 feet. That's plenty.
yeah,
you
we'll
could have
give them
more.
speed rank.
Do you want these to be able to do anything but fix things?
That's their whole point. They don't need to do anything else.
Yeah,
Then why not give them more?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to be really fast, you could maybe, I don't know, is there anything to make it so they can carry people?
Yeah, I guess that could
Super
be useful.
strength. That's really all I need to do.
Because you
Give
could use
lots
them
of
as
strength.
rescue teams to get people out of places.
Yeah, you could just like they could literally be summoned, clear this room entirely of people, fix the place like nothing had happened.
Yeah, and you know what?
It's called the Fix It
That's
Crew.
more effective. Yeah, that's more effective than Mr. Hoss too. So
That's more effective than us panicking around, going, "Oh God, how do we save people?" All right, send in the ants.
yeah, we'll do that. We'll give them 8 speed ranks,
Okay.
and then, like I said, the rest into quickness.
And
That-
summon to the ability to hold
It's
people.
a whole lot of quickness, you're aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Got a
should be able
problem?
to fix this building in about half a second.
How many character points are we talking about in the budget for these ends? So I can.
They get 150.
150.
They get as much as you have, basically.
They have a lot of
Here.
points.
They get 10 per. Sorry, I think they get 15 per rank per rank of the summon skill,
And he has a lot in it.
and I have 10.
Okay.
There you go.
They are, of course, still limited by the power level.
Yeah, and if they walk through any kind of hazard like fire and take a hit, they're just
They're
gone.
done.
They just all go.
Actually, speaking of that, a building on fire would be a problem for them, but then again, you know,
Well, you could,
Alec could
try
just
to
do
give
the
them,
repeat thing.
give them some kind of immunity to damage of some kind.
No.
No, they're,
Actually, we
they're
could just...
they're as smart as people. They would know how to fight fires.
Yeah, that's true.
Make them
And there's
incorporeal
millions of them.
ghost ants.
Yes, you do have a bit of a problem here. Because they're limited by the power level still, they can't go higher than quickness 10.
Is quickness actually limited? I thought it wasn't.
Yeah,
In that case, I have an alternate recommendation. Don't
Okay.
have the ants fast so that they can make things the hard way. Make these ants true fabricators. There's a lot of ants that sort of chew up paper and sort of make hives like wasps do, right?
Oh, the leaf cutter ants, yeah.
So why not create a swarm of wasps that have 10 ranks in create?
And some ranks in quickness. Yeah, that should do it. Like, they'd only need the 10 ranks in create and quickness, and they could make this building in literally a second. Just they'd patch everything up.
They can fabricate the necessary support structures in order to hold the building up.
And with quickness, they could do it. Bam. Done.
Because we don't need to make this place as good as new. We
We
just need to make
sure
it stable.
fall. This plan works.
No, I'm just checking the thing.
Power level stuff is weird, but the point
Yeah,
is...
no, it's we've done this before. Remember my 24 rank barrier? If you're not using something as an attack, it's not bound by that. The total of a hero's attack bonus and effect ranks with an attack cannot exceed twice the series power level. But yeah, only attacks are bound by the power level restrictions.
And
See, I remember us having this conversation. I remember having a different result than that.
I know
If you
defenses
look
are
at
also
it-
bound by the same rule.
Skill modifiers, attacks, and effects of attacks. Dodge
And
toughness,
defenses.
parry, toughness, fortitude, will. Because the only under the power level section, the only thing it mentions as being bound by it are attacks.
Though in other places it does mention things like defenses and...
Yeah, I'm fairly
other-
sure. I'm fairly sure they mean interactions. Attacks are just the obvious kind. Because they mentioned the caps on skill rolls.
Yeah, just
Hmm.
it's under character creation.
In any case, you could have... I don't know why you'd make it... Why you'd change it from ants. You already
just-
have an insect swarm.
Yep. Although, bat swarm.
Well,
Yep,
wasps
yep.
can naturally fly, so that'd be easier for them to get around.
8 or more ranks of speed means you can run up walls if you want to.
Yeah, the difference is that if there's a scenario where we're in like the sky or something trying to fix a blimp, ants
Then
can fall off.
So they're expendable. Who cares if they fall off?
Okay, sorry, I thought you cared. I'll be sure to inform Mr. Hobbs how much you care about him.
Anyways, it's more about A, the flavor that Brad's adding to it, and B, whether or not this is feasible as permissible by our kindly GM.
If you go with the create ranks, I don't see why it wouldn't be.
And in some ways, the create ranks are a bit more versatile anyway.
Yeah, make barriers for yourself at some point if you want to.
Yeah, you can do more with the create ranks, kind of like it more.
Yeah, there's actually, I think if you take
10 ranks in create, 10 ranks in quickness.
and with extras, with the with precise and
You'll
sorry,
want those create ranks to be innate and subtle, so that it creates actual stuff and not just Green Lantern-esque solid illusions.
Yeah.
Your building is now green forever. What do you
Enjoy.
mean you don't like it?
Are we Emerald City? Everything must be green.
Yeah, so actually, with that, they can actually make everything as good as new again, too.
Mm-hmm.
Need to find a way for them to clear debris, though.
It depends on how many points you have
If
left.
they have lots of strength.
Yeah, they could just lift it. Like I said, we were hoping. We were kind of hoping they'd be able to like get people out in the same motion, you know.
Okay, it also depends on how big you can make the swarm. But...
Yeah, how many members? How many members does this swarm have?
A fuck ton.
It's limited by size. So.
We probably want to make sure to have extra limbs.
No,
Quickness kind of handles that already.
Yeah. Additional routine tasks.
Yeah,
I can make it as big as the insect swarm.
I'm saying if you have extra ranks, the extra limbs give you some grab stuff you can do too.
Mm-hmm. So, in terms of priority, the highest priority is the create ranks and the quickness ranks. Following priority is as the size of the swarm, and after that is the ability for the swarm to, say, lift a person and leave.
Oh, I'm looking at create 10, quickness 10, speed 10. All of that adds up to only 42 points.
Okay,
yeah,
so there shouldn't be a problem with letting them...
Points.
Yeah, okay, so there's absolutely no problem with them doing all of those things. We can probably math it out exactly, but we know for a fact they're going to have at least enough strength to lift a person.
We're going to need to math that out exactly. Somebody might try to stop them, so...
I'll do it later. They're not
right now?
Right now.
Yep.
When try and stop them right now.
Offline or when it becomes relevant.
Okay, so make it... So, like, if we're limiting that, make them as big as you possibly can, so that they can handle as many people as possible.
Okay.
Well, you do not want that. They'll be bigger than this building.
Yeah, he's right. After a point, it gets ridiculous. I suggest keeping it at gargantuan.
It doesn't matter if they're bigger than the building. In order to be a swarm, they have to have insubstantial.
Yeah, as a swarm, they do work a little differently. But here is your insect swarm. Hang on. The ant swarm, rather.
I'll start zooming out.
Zooming out.
That's the reasonable big size.
Berg.
They need to be able to cover the whole building to fix it quickly.
They'll get there.
Oh boy! All right.
Do you even know how big a mass that large of Formica ants is?
I mean, it's like scary big. It's like this thing's eating the jungle.
Covering it all at once? I mean, they could just move around quickly enough to
Don't they have speed ranks? Yeah, speed ranks should let them be able to get around instantly, basically.
That's how I want to flavor this.
Okay.
Alright, fine. Have your big fucking swarm.
As
soon as one dies, a whole lot poof.
I don't want to be in this building anymore.
I don't want to be near it.
I want a huge swarm of ants to swirl out of nowhere, fixing everything, and then swirl back down and disappear.
Does it come out of your sleeve? The fuck?
That would actually be awesome, so maybe.
Let's worry about the horrible connotations of this action later.
For now, actually, not being summoned yet, Ralph, it is still your turn. Are you doing anything besides trying to stand in that hole?
Yeah, I'm just trying to support the building. I've already pushed. These two are unconscious. They're all unconscious. The building looks a little leaning. I'm trying to help.
I'm gonna do an impersonation of a statue that can't move.
Well, you could still talk and such things, obviously.
I could talk off of my turn too. So.
Hey, Alan, fuck you.
Yeah, kind of like really.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Do you like forget?
Take the fix.
Speaking of, Alan, it's your turn.
Oh shit! Sorry. We were a bit outnumbered.
We weren't. At that point, we were ahead.
We actually haven't been
We're
up
not
to the...
in the room.
We have not been up to the 4th floor. I have no idea where the ones who disappeared through the walls went, and I, until a few seconds ago, was hearing combat still going on in the lower floors, so as far as I was concerned...
We
Actually,
were winning! Then you
actually,
ruined it.
give them if you have points left over, give them a whole bunch of wacky expertises so they can fix scientific equipment and shit, because that's hilarious.
Just random expertises.
Can
Expertise
they be
science.
wearing science coats while they do it? Like
Science
lab
coats and hard hats.
Yeah.
That's sort of how I imagine them, yeah.
Well,
Like
they should
little
really have
science
different outfits they can get depending on what they're doing.
Guys, you do not...
I imagine them like Cummings, yeah.
You do not want to go down this road, because you go too far down it, and one of the ants puts on glasses and starts going, well, what we want, what everyone wants, civilization.
And what's wrong with that?
Have you not seen Gremlins?
I have seen
I
it.
have, but these are ants. I'll be okay. I'm in a mech suit.
Is it bad that I kind of want that to happen anyway?
Yeah, kind of. It'd make for an interesting villain.
I do sort of imagine them like lemmings, so yeah.
Anyways, I am going to...
Being embarrassed.
D20 plus... What's my damn acrobatics again? Not acrobatics, athletics.
Not very good.
There we go. 7. Yeah, well, figures. In that case... Try and help prop Chiyomi up.
Is
Right.
it technically possible to assist your role by glaring at you for motivation?
No. Unless the glare involves bodily pain.
Look, I'm pretty sure if we got you, we got them. Just bear with us. I'll cover your workshop bill and get you.
At this point, I'll remind
And
you,
then
because you're unlikely to all
Ralph
forget.
just starts laughing like a maniac as he says, "Cover the workshop bill."
Go ahead.
I will remind you that there are the stormers still in this building that is threatening to come down.
I'm
Yeah,
aware of
yeah.
that.
We.
I've
need to get the
probably
people
told
out of
Hart.
here.
I would love to get out of here, but first I have to start getting out of here.
It's a process, damn it.
Besides, now I'm close enough to Heartbreaker and Hops.
Hops, get us out of here. Poof. Or is he trying to think is his character going to be like, hey guys, I have an idea, then suddenly fucking ants.
And
I will say, when you do get me out of here, don't put me in public.
Roger that.
So far, they haven't seen me like this. I don't want to get them any ideas.
Is Chiyomi a sex bot? Yes or yes?
So that's
We don't-
what Ralph's been doing in the garage in his spare time.
we see where his priorities are.
Pretty much everybody who builds robots is building them because they want to fuck them. That's the thing I've learned. Just listen to Grant from Mythbusters. He admitted it under polygraph.
Yes, of course you trust the polygraph, which is a robot. Trust the robots.
I just trust looking at his face as he was saying it.
Why do I have the feeling Alan buys an insanely large amount of meat and then just transmutes it to dick shape and just plonks it on their fucking doorstep?
So he
That's
just bought some
totally not
sausage?
something he would do. I understand it's Heartbreaker's turn.
Kinda waiting on you, bruh.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this to the size you want it at.
Oh god.
I'm mostly messing with map tools now.
Oh.
Turn it into an object or background, right-click size,
Yeah.
pre-size, then convert it back to a token.
Oh, you can convert it back? Okay.
Yeah, the change to option in the right-click menu you can move things between anything.
Yes. Alright, cool. Is that big enough? Maybe. Oh, I know. The Duke is giving me a nice little comparison here anyway, so I can use that. Yeah, that ought to be big enough.
Guys, I've just made contact with something that can totally help us out of this situation right now.
Oh no.
I'll allow you all your reactions to that really quick before Ant starts streaming out of his clothes.
Why isn't this reassuring me?
Alan, your move.
Say what?
Heartbreaker, you have communicated with the ants. They agree to help you with your plight.
A single ant crawls out of my sleeve and onto my hand. He is wearing a business suit. Mr. President, I need you to fix this. I need your citizens to fix this building, and then drag everybody in it out front as fast as you can.
Mrs. President, or ants.
Damn.
They're ants with a human-like civilization.
And 90% of their population is female. That's what one has wings, I guess. Even then, he'd be dead in a week.
He was elected.
The president of ants has only 2 words to say. At once. And then ants.
God damn it.
Too many ants! We officially had too many fucking ants!
Okay, so the size actually changed. Because I compared it to the Duke, and it wasn't that big a second ago.
Well, too many ants!
And this is where all the scientists go screaming from the city.
It's a tidal wave of fucking ants! The whole city evacuates and just burns the city down. I helped them. Just flamethrower everywhere.
Oh, God.
Cannot have enough fire. Fall it from the sky. That's still too many fucking ants.
No, that's about the right amount.
No.
There, that is your ants.
That is what I was looking for. That's amazing.
There's still too many fucking ants in my opinion.
Is it as high as it is wide?
Hang on. You descended to the back.
I don't know if that's how that works.
No, it is not as high as it is wide. But...
I mean, if they all come together in like a big mound, it'd probably be really tall, but much,
yes, but they could get all throughout the building pretty effectively.
Yes, they're fixing everything, then dragging everybody in the building outside.
That'll work. I can change the token to that.
The Deus Ex Machina ants.
So this isn't horrifying at all.
Yes, does anyone have any reactions now that the building is swarmed in ants?
Alright, break you guys like 2 seconds to give me a reason not to flamethrower. Right now.
Just wait a minute.
I fucking stomp, 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 stomp.
If I could move my arms, I'd just swat the crap out.
Wow, this must be a nightmare for you. You can't move at all, and they're just all over the place.
Yes, they are currently swarming Chiome on the floor.
Yeah, I hope she is not going to take it the wrong way if I cover her mouth and nose, well, while we're submerged to here.
I just stomp my way out of it. If they get out of the way, that's their business.
Okay, I am busy changing to that picture because it's always good to have, royalty-free stuff. But the ants are going to get to work. I assume you're telling them just to fix the building and take everyone outside, like you said.
Yep.
Them's were his orders.
His horrifying, horrifying orders.
We'll see how fast they can actually do that when their turn comes up.
Yes, I do need to roll initiative for them.
I'm gonna go fetch Crux when it's my turn, I think.
They roll
What's left of
51,
Crux?
and the building collapses on initiative count 0. Buildings fell, everybody died.
Except for me. I look lonely.
Just a bit longer.
Should have probably thought about initiative counts too. Oh well.
Again, you have plenty of points.
Yeah, you can always dump points into improved in it.
Mm-hmm.
Super fast building ants.
Entirely too many super fast building ants.
Great. After this, we're all gonna have new phobias. Every time we see an insect, we're gonna feel really antsy.
Funny. You a funny guy. So glad I'm in a sealed container.
I'll just go start digging my own grave over here.
Yeah, you keep doing that, because I'll be there in a second to help you.
And these are what I'm going
Not
to
in
summon to
character.
solve every problem from now on.
For now, actually, I'm going to go ahead and have these act on Heartbreaker's turn. Because we don't know what their initiative is, but it'll probably be high because they're a swarm.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to pump improved in it into them. So
yes. Heartbreaker, you get to ride out of the ants as, like, breaking on a wave, like you're surfing.
Weehaw!
Alan and Shiome, you feel yourself being carried bodily along with ants on every single side of you. You can hear lots and lots of screaming.
Shiomi's gonna be silent, but if anyone gets to look at her face, she's not happy. This is a murder face.
Is there a way to bunch all the tokens in a certain area up?
Just drag them into black space and then start grouping them together.
Or you just group them by. You could just group them by level, like click and drag first level, drag them over. Click and lift second level, drag them over. A little easier.
Yeah, overlap them in batches.
I saved everybody with my broken ass
Save
powder.
is an interesting word.
Subjective.
Some of them would rather.
As
have
in,
died
you
in a building,
subjected them all to this.
I'm pretty sure some of them would rather have had the piece of death of dying in a building collapsing than anything to do with what the fuck you just did.
You speak for yourself.
I'm speaking for them. I know some people who'd rather die than have that happen. This is horrifying. This is like the walls are now ants.
There are no walls. There's just ants.
Just more ants.
Yes, a single. They all poured out of my sleeves and started doing crap really fast.
Let's see. They'll bunch up the villains over here. All the scientists will just kind of be deposited in random places.
Don't forget Crux. I mean, I'll go fetch them if they're busy, which...
No, the ants will gladly fetch Crux for you, because they really don't have a problem in doing so.
They're sorting us by our chromosomes. Not chromosomes, pheromones.
I'm like, what? So Chinomi's in that pile? Oh, hey, Ghostlight, let's kill her before she actually, gets up again, because no, I don't want to fight that anymore.
And once they're done, they all crawl back into my sleeves and disappear.
And then we all stare at you with varying degrees of I want to murder you in our eyes.
Again, speak for yourself. Let us give our own reactions.
Yeah, after a bit...
A bit being all of like 10 seconds.
The ants all start flowing back to Heartbreaker.
Which is equally horrifying.
They start crawling into his clothing, which looks incredibly creepy from the outside, and somehow disappear. When they are gone, all the rubble in the general area is, well, gone. The building is just completely fixed. They're still missing furniture and such, but, well, the areas that had holes in them are patched up with some, like, stucco brick-looking material. It's very strange, and it doesn't look like the sort of thing you'd want to touch very much.
Look at the building. Look at Heartbreaker. Look at the building.
The whole mass of scientists are just carried out by ants. Start screaming and run down the street.
All right, they're smart people. They can do their own damage control.
Yep.
You, boy, I am never checking up your sleeves for the cards you're so obviously cheating with again. Xiaomi, are you okay?
You're lucky she can't hit you right now, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about those fires?
Yes, the fires that were not on the building are still burning, though they're just kind of smoldering. There's not much for them to catch on the roofs of the other buildings.
Oh crap.
Hold on.
I should get the ants to fix the rest of the buildings too.
No. I'll let the fire department to have their fun, okay?
And let's see here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and where's Agus? Those fuckers are gonna be around here somewhere. Always show up right after the damn stuff's finished.
Let's see. Crazy drowning man. This guy I don't know. Some kind of religious fanatic. Chain lady. Bitch I can't touch. Really handsome dude. And kid who uses entirely too much power to try and murder people.
Makes you wonder how the ants got her.
I think when Alan used his EMP pulse, that knocked her nanites or whatever the hell it was out, which meant she just down, because clearly these people weren't in control of their actions and weren't even consciously controlled. It wasn't one of those, oh, you can see what you're doing. It was, you are basically unconscious while someone puppets your body. Which, speaking of, grab one of them and start seeing if I can talk to their nanites now.
Hey, hold up. Let's secure these lot while we're waiting for evac crews to show up.
I'd rather you didn't start messing with their tech. You could bring it back online.
I'm talking to
it. Yeah, you
it.
can hear sirens in the distance, and you actually see some police come around the corner down the street. One second, I'm going to move these scientists.
You know, plowing through the bodies of the scientists.
Heartbreaker. Little favor.
Yes?
Get Xiaomi out of here now. Pretty please.
Mr. Hops?
Mr. Hops, where have you gone?
You probably got rid of him because, you know.
Yes,
the ants ate him.
He went poof when the ants appeared, but there's Mr. Hops.
Let's go back to the tower.
One twitch of his bunny nose, and bamf.
Alright.
I'm going to keep monitoring this situation with my communication towers.
I'm going to smother these folk arranged on the street, cover them in a nice thin veneer of improvised raw material from one of the packets.
A bunch of rubble, ask you to turn into styrofoam, put it on them, then say turn into something heavy.
This is inflatable styrofoam. That is what I'm doing. Glue some cannon tits to the front of your mech and then cool them.
That's an idea. No, wait, I already have one on my arm.
You can see the police spreading out into the area, and you can hear sirens on the other side of the buildings.
Folk, everyone's already been secured.
Yeah,
they ran that way.
I'll pull the same trick as I did at the museum, where I spread a blanket over everyone, then turned it to steel, anchoring them to the ground. I'll pull the same trick here, but I'll use raw material to do it.
You won't have any problems doing that.
Okay.
They're all conked out. They aren't moving at all.
Yeah, I just want to be sure if any of them do wake up, or if Ralph wakes any of them up.
An easy check, actually, will find that where their eyes were kind of gray and cluttered over before, now they're just rolled up into their heads.
Perfect.
Likely the EMP damaged them, but I need to check. The whatever nanite thing still in their system at all functional?
You'll have a moment to check that. For now, a police officer walks hesitantly up to the Duke.
Howdy. Yeah, we handled all the people. They ran that direction, if you're wondering.
Yeah, we have officers picking them up. Were those ants?
Oh, the ants from earlier. Yes, those were ants. They fixed the building. Well, it's not temporary. It probably lasts a while, but you still probably want to replace it. It doesn't look pretty.
It shouldn't. Just a point of thing. It should look exactly as good as new. That was the whole point.
True. It does look a little different with the surrounding walls because they're made of different materials, but
Yeah, I'm fine with that. But
No, I'm just saying it.
shouldn't look
Newer.
worse than the- Yeah.
Yeah. He's just saying it doesn't match the current like color scheme, so it's just like, yeah. Might need a new coat of paint.
No, just the way he was talking earlier, it sounded like it was made out of some sort of.
yes,
sort of
you're
hide
right.
or
I
something.
did say that, but it shouldn't be.
Might need a
Yes,
new coat of paint.
yes,
So,
officers, the local wildlife was with us.
I fixed up the building nice and sweet. Get the council off my back about breaking shit. Maybe.
The officer is at a loss for words.
Listen, son. I'm on level with you. It was equally as horrifying as you imagined it to be, and you weren't even in the building. There were people in the building. Those scientists might need a moment.
Ralph, no. There were people in the building who were evacuated. They were not
No.
previously in the building and are now nowhere to be seen. No, they were evacuated.
That's what I said.
No, you said that there were people in the building and not anymore.
Well, yeah, they got it. Oh, I see what you're thinking. Yeah, no, they weren't eating or anything creepy like that. No, they evacuated. That's them running, and they're running because of that.
They're
'Cause it was-
running because they were carried out by a swarm of ants.
Rescued them. Collapsing building.
Yeah, that.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you go have your moment.
It was me.
That police officer seems to be a very empathic kind because you can hear him retching over there.
Well, yeah.
Okay. New
You guys are going to solve all of my problems from now on.
new plan, Ralph. When we get back, tell Mars, stop putting all of his money into technology and research grants, and start putting some of it into a gigantic trauma counseling center at the bottom of the tower.
Yeah. We might need an entirely different building for that, though. I don't think they want to be anywhere near the guy who does that, you know?
So what are you going to do with these stormers? Because the police are not offering to take them off your hands, and Aegis is not here.
Oh,
That's weird.
Ralph,
Late.
could you get Aegis on the horn?
Sure, fix my comm. Chuck. No, I can fix my own comm on my own time. Let me do what I do, and then Aegis can come bother us, hey?
You know, I could contact somebody.
Yeah, he is in the building. Yeah, have Heartbreaker Bloody do it, and I'm gonna check this lot out for their nanites, because I'm curious.
Who have actually met at Aegis?
Oh, we met that
You
creepy
have
lady.
met Agent Mackenzie.
That's her.
Hey, Agent Mackenzie, does somebody come in to take the stormers off our hands?
You hear something that seems like the equivalent of a tired sigh, and then a psst noise. You can no longer talk to Agent Mackenzie.
God damn it, calling me on my day off. What is with these guys?
You
However-
get days off? Well, let me do my bloody thing. I need to talk to the nanites in their system, if the nanites are even working.
They shouldn't be. That was sort of the point.
I know, I mean, like, how to put this. Are they completely eliminated to the point where it might as well just be broke and not bother, or are they simply off?
They are in their systems, but offline.
Okie dokie, I need a needle.
No, you
I
need
assume you have some kind of first aid kit.
you need a biohazard team. Ralph, don't you even think of touching that stuff.
I'm sorry, do you have a PhD in something? Something involving medicine?
He has a PhD in not being a dumbass.
Good for him. I have 3. I'm going to do what I want. Excuse me while I borrow one for the tower so I can extract these nanites and talk to them. Which one is the least amount of escapability?
I'm
Probably
going to send Mr. Hops to bring them all back.
Okay, that
No,
works
no,
too.
no, 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 no,
Mr.
no, no.
Hops appears in a
Oh,
bath.
no, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to send him to move them away from him. He's going to keep playing musical chairs with them for a bit.
What are you doing? Well, we need to capture at least one.
That's kind of what he's doing.
We'll pick one from the pile that's least likely to escape and take him to the tower.
You are not needling anybody.
I don't have any needles to needle anybody with. Take him to the tower, and then I'll get my equipment ready, then we'll needle him. I need to get those Danites, and I don't know about you, but I'm probably the best doctor in this entire goddamn city. I'm serious. I am pretty good at it.
Yes, and I have no problem with you doing that with proper constraints. We are still in a street. You are not using it. You're not taking their blood.
I'm not doing it now. I'm saying pick one, take it to the tower, and I'll handle it there. I don't have any materials to do it here, Rod. Aegis is not going to tell me what they do with it. I could ask them, they're going to say blip, 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 and, you know.
I have no problem with this.
I have every problem with that. I'm not going to be given no information to work with. I need at least one. I'm probably going to pick Chain, because she was easily handled. And least likely to put holes in shit. It's either Crux, but I don't know what Crux can do is the problem. I can guess what Chain can do. I can't even guess what Crux does.
We can imprison Chain in my room.
Right.
How about
So, just
how
teleport
about this?
Chain to the tower, please.
Heartbreaker? Where have you just taken them?
Literally
They're
right there.
still in the thing.
Mr. Hop says you should be able to see them if you turn your head slightly.
Yes, they just moved them away from the Duke.
Gotcha. All right. That's a half-decent idea. Keep playing musical chairs with them for a little bit. Just, try and keep an eye on them every few... Make sure you... Hold on. Do you have any... Can you sense them yet?
I am
Heartbreaker
not
is not
anywhere
here.
near you.
He has to be within a certain distance.
I'll send Mr. Hops to
Just take
come
Chain
back
to
and
her.
bring me.
Well then,
Okay.
how did he know to send Hops back here to... If he's not in touch with us?
I
You
am
have
have
the
to
mental
be in a
thing he
certain
always
range of
has.
someone to detect their emotional states and such.
The
Okay.
emotional state thing is a limited range. The mental thing, you could be on fucking Mars.
no, it is limited to Earth.
I'm exaggerating.
Heartbreaker. You sense as much from them as you do from any unconscious person.
Not a whole bunch.
They unconscious.
But that's more than you were detecting from them while they were still under, you know, micromanagement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nano management, if you like.
I'm going to focus on Chain. I hope she's dreaming of me.
She is not.
Damn.
Well, if you could kindly warp Chain to the tower in one of our secure holding facilities, that'd be awesome. It's not like I'm not going to keep her there. I just need to get her nanites out. So.
Yeah, that might be, I say as I sit down on the curb here.
Yeah, how about, Ralph, you get to the tower first.
You hear
Why?
a bzzzt sound.
Oh, hey, look.
There we go.
That took him forever.
Okay, who had 1 minute 25 on the pool? Anybody?
I think Hops did, but Hops always has 1 minute 25 on the pool.
Chiome, what are you doing back at the Emerald Tower?
Hops doesn't count. I'm pretty sure you
Hoping
can
I'm
see the
in a
future.
comfy chair because I'm sitting. I mean, I can't even talk to anyone. Like, all my shit is shorted out.
You have mental communication with Heartbreaker.
Yeah, but I still don't know what... Unless he's relaying every single thing anyone says, there's like, going to be a gap here.
He probably doesn't have...
Aegis just showed up.
Gentlemen, so good to see you after the action as usual. We have a parcel for you.
They don't even acknowledge Alan.
Huh. I pick up Chain.
One of these.
That would be a neat That would be a neat trick.
Why?
They're all covered by a steel blanket. You can't pick up just one of them.
Oh, right. I forgot about the steel blanket. I pick up that. No, that's... How'd you teleport them if they're all pinned to the ground via steel blanket?
Because he has the best teleporting powers that he can possibly have.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
isn't the...
Mr. Hops is built entirely around teleporting people.
Well, teleport them somewhere else. I want to keep Chain.
Look,
One of the Aegis agents does look at you at that. Aegis number 4 over here.
What? I need to get the nanites inside.
We can handle that.
Yeah, and you won't tell me jack shit about it. Thank you very much.
We'll tell you what you need to know.
See? Jack shit.
I'm glad you've acknowledged that you don't need to know anything.
Glad you acknowledge that you're not going to get your hands on this particular one until I've gotten the information I need.
Look,
Because
hey,
you
Ralph,
do anything
it's a horrible situation, but these guys are A, the proper authorities, and B, the ones who actually have the ability to keep containment of these sorts of people. So,
Are we still in Emerald City? Out of curiosity?
Yes.
Cool. They are not. We are.
They have national authority over you.
Yes, and we have authority inside. At best, they equal. And guess what? We
have you
captured
ever
them.
heard of the federal system, Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Supreme Court disagrees with you on that, buddy.
Don't care. They're not going to give me any information, so we're just going to let them poodle off with them and learn nothing.
Yeah, and
I have zero
The
problem
Aegis
with
agents
this.
put their hands on the metal bindings around the captured stormers.
Alright, fine, let's learn nothing. Have it happen again. And again. And again.
Ralph,
And again.
Ralph, the point is, we're here to fight fires, and if we want to know more about what Aegis is doing with these people, we should go through the correct channels. Wink,
I'm tired of
wink.
hacking their fucking system. It's annoying and full of false information.
Ralph,
The
Ralph,
fire
turn your
department's taking
cameras
way
this
too
way.
long. I'm sending ants to fight these fires.
Ants it is.
Oh god, more ants.
Yeah, Ralph, turn your cameras
Save any
this way.
civilians, please,
Yeah,
ants.
I'm looking at you.
We can go through the correct channels. Wink.
I just said I get tired of hacking their goddamn system. They keep trying to keep me out, and they keep hiring people who are smart, and it always takes me half a day. God damn, that's creepy.
Alan remains facing away from the buildings.
Here.
A few
I'm
of
sure
those
the
swarm
police
over
are loving
Heartbreak.
this.
A few of them swarm over Heartbreaker's legs in a loving hug.
Oh yeah, that's not, yeah, no.
Ever since the day that goddamned Roman showed up on my doorstep.
Why was a Roman on your doorstep?
How long does any of this actually take them?
Not very.
Like
Yeah, it should be-
seconds.
Yeah, it should be like an eighth of a second, considering how fast, how much.
Like,
Yeah.
you
Eh,
blink and
there's a
blink
lot of
again,
work
no
to do.
ants.
The ants will stick around a little bit. They'll stick around until they're told to leave.
Okay, come on back.
The ants go swarming back into Heartbreaker's clothing. But because there's so many, they have to surround him first, which does involve getting all over Alan.
The ants go marching 2 by 2. Hurrah.
Hurrah,
Hurrah.
hurrah.
Alan, hold still.
There, fire's fought.
Remind me to never again challenge anyone with the phrase, "and whose army?"
How long you been doing this again?
This may be my greatest power.
Well, it's your creepiest. I'll grab you that one.
Oh, Hops, you should probably come back now.
Well, this is annoying on 8 levels.
We'll deal with it.
Alright, so I'm gonna get a
will
pool going.
make
I
one-
bet.
Hey, stop.
Alright.
I will make a note for you, something the Duke might remember. Make me an int check.
I have eidetic memory. I just remember it.
Very true. You punched Crux through a wall.
Yep.
The ants may have fixed that wall and the rubble that was there. He was still punched through a wall with all the general cuts and other bleeding problems that creates.
I guess there might be a sample over there. I'm gonna go check that out. Samples?
So, Alan,
Look around.
do we really want him to get a hold of these nanites? I'm afraid
No,
what
but
he'll do with
have
them.
you any idea how much he's not going to shut up if we don't let him?
I pop out and I ask the knights where are they, because I can communicate with them. So they tell me where they are.
Yes,
Suppose I could send
there are
ants
some
into his
splashes
room to
of
steal
blood
them.
with nanites in them on the ground near your feet.
That'll
Because
do.
that is where he landed.
Collect it. Should take however long that takes. Get back in, and I'd be satisfied. And return. Alright then. I guess we can head home now. I need to go fix fucking Chiome, which is gonna be interesting. No guarantee she won't punch one of you. Probably both. Probably me too, actually.
Yes, is Heartbreaker Mr. Hops taking you back now?
I thought they were going to drive. We can go the fast way if you want.
Driving works, but
I'd
Chiome probably wants
appreciate
to be
it.
fixed
It
quickly.
definitely would beat a cab.
Chiome wants to be fixed quickly. Might as well take me too.
Okay, pop.
Bam.
Get out, take my sample to the lab, wave at Chiome, ask her if she wants to be fixed in her room or in my lab.
Whatever gets me moving quicker.
Lab it is. I'm going to need to get a trolley. You're heavy. Think about your weight. The arms are like a person each. Now, come on. Get in the trolley. Alright, you can't move. Fuck. The next 20 minutes is Ralph desperately trying to move a very heavy object shaped like a person into a trolley. Without, smushing her face against it. Painfully.
I imagine Chiome is glaring the whole way.
Pretty much.
Wheel her into the lab.
You've got that kind of, that mixture of emotionless anger, kind of like a glassy look, but you can tell she's really pissed off.
Yeah, I know. Hey, it ain't my fault. I'm fixing you. Alright, now when you get the arms and legs off, yeah, your pain receptors are probably completely shorted out, so I'll just do it quickly. Let's see here.
Alan is
it
going
comes out
to.
easier than I thought.
Alan is going to make sure that he is around for this.
Alright, you wanna watch.
No.
Why
Now
are
we
your
know
arms
what
and
Alan's
limbs?
interested in.
I beg pardon?
Nothing.
Strange, you're, I hate to pry at Chiome, but this is pure scientific curiosity right now. Your limbs aren't as attached as I thought they'd be. They seem to be the kind of limbs that are easily replaceable. Were you expecting heavy damages, or do you have like a backup cannon arm somewhere that didn't get taken with you?
Have you seen our line of work?
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But I'm assuming your line of work before you met us was similar, so alright then. Huh.
Riding swarm of ants through the city, probably going to be my thing now.
God damn it. I'm not going to be able to explain that to the press beyond, yeah, it's horrifying. What do you want me to do?
It'll be pretty horrifying, yeah.
Well, I'm going to find some school kids that teach the dangers of drugs to.
Can you do it without ants? Because I don't think they're going to listen if you have ants.
I bet you they listen a lot more.
Good boy.
And this, kids, is what it feels like to take meth. Spiders all over your arms.
And the rest of you. And inside your arms.
And in your mouth.
And
Anyway.
fixing your cavities.
Stop squirming, it's good for you.
Oh, God.
This is a little much for me to imagine right now.
Anyways, Alan is going to approach when he feels that it's safe.
I don't know. Chiome's a stump right now, and I'm fixing her arms. I don't know how long it'll take, but considering she got hit with an EMP, I probably have to basically replace every single nanite, so that's gonna be a pain in the ass.
They'll reset in a while. But...
Yeah, a while versus it depends.
Yeah.
Ralph, you can speed up the resetting process, which is a lot easier.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing.
These are designed very well.
Yeah, I made them.
Sometime in the future. No.
Well, I don't know that. Though I do start recognizing certain marks on the inside of, I guess, her left arm.
It's also very easy to fix for you.
Yeah, odd.
Anyway,
That's
Chiome, girl,
Anyway.
look, I'm very
She's a
sorry that it...
stump, so if she wants to punch you, she can't.
Ralph, go take your toolbox to a different room.
I'm sorry, you're in my lab. Fuck off.
By the way, every time he uses the word stump, there's a death glare.
Look, girl, even if I had thought that would have affected you, I probably would have thought whenever you're from, you probably would have had some kind of resistance against it. Real sorry I knocked you down like that.
It's fine.
Ralph, fix her arms first.
Well, I got one arm fixed. Do you want that one?
While he's...
Give her a hand, Ralph.
Alrighty. Good news and bad news. It is fixed. Bad news is it means the pain receptor is fixed. This is gonna hurt like a bitch. Unless you want me to get the morphine out.
No.
Alright then. And locking in 3, 2, 1, and there's a sound a lot like a breaking bone as the, well, machinery locks into place on her bone. So, yeah, that probably sucks ass.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Well, remember with the other arm.
If you're too proud to turn down morphine, are you too proud to turn down ice cream?
Chome, you have a functioning arm now. What do you do with it?
Start strangling Alan.
No, she's not gonna actually do that.
Is there an itch you've been needing to scratch this entire time?
No, she's gonna be testing it, moving it, make sure it's functioning.
Should function fine. We picked up your swords as well, though they're just metal sticks, let's be fair.
They're a bit more involved than metal sticks.
Okay, they're really sturdy metal sticks. They're not sharp, because you don't want to... If they were actually sharp, they'd explode on contact with things. You move very fast, and you hit very hard.
Sometimes I wonder if Ralph has ever actually held in his hands anything that is not a gun.
Probably not, unless, like, metal bits count for machinery.
I actually don't know if she has ever let him actually look at those swords. She's kind of protective about them.
Well, actually, he has them on his table. He's not touched them because they're not something he's fixing, but they're there.
Right, but I mean, other than this one occasion, and he hasn't had time to look at them really yet.
Yeah, no, he hasn't. He presumes they're just... They look like metal slabs, according to your picture, at least. Like, they're not, like, obvious swords. They're more squarish.
More than
Machete.
anything, I'm baffled this character is supposed to have PhDs.
Lots of them.
I don't know, if you look at the picture, they do have sharpened edges.
He has yet to have any proof they're anything more than really sturdy metal, though.
And I'm sure she'd rather keep it that way.
Second arm. Alright, Alan, you want to help me with this one? It's a little hard to get around this side. Could you? Because she can't really move much, so can you just hold her wrist, right? No, not that end of the wrist.
Assisting dutifully.
Okay, locking in 3, 2, 1, and there it goes. Wow, that is painful as fuck. I mean, it's effective, but... I mean, it's not like
you're probably doing it wrong when that's painful.
No, it's supposed to lock into the bone. It just, it doesn't... Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to move right.
You completely missed what I said.
Yep.
What'd you say?
That's how I know I'm doing it right. Wink, wink.
That's the follow-up I was hoping someone would use.
Alright, well, you're all messed up in the head. I'm gonna get a leg.
Have you not heard any of my comments about Shane?
I'm gonna say no, I'm pretending I've not. You're sick man. Ah, that one's easier. Alright. This is gonna be hard.
Ralph, how about you stop talking your way through the surgery, because clearly it's doing nothing but raise tension.
Well, I need to lock her into place because... Hold on, I'll go get some clamps.
Do it with ants.
Chome, you now have 2 functioning arms.
Yeah, she can at least prop herself up now.
Okay, so I've got these. Hold this. You need to be stable while I get the legs in, because If we do it and I do it wrong, it's going to lock in wrong, and yeah, bad news.
I've been through it before.
Well, let's not do it again, shall we? Okay, bracing. And in. Thunk. One more. Give me a second. You know, if we knew the guy who did this, it could probably go faster. He probably has some technique for it. Or at least a machine, like some kind of specialized machine to just do it rickety split rather than me having to get my hands in there every time.
Yeah.
Normally I just have this big wire machine do it.
We're not going to find anyone better suited than you right now.
Don't know whether to take that as a compliment or you not wanting to tell me anything. Right then, last leg, brace. 3, 2, 1, and kathunk. Alright, it should be functional. You might be sore, so don't go sprinting off at Mach 10. Just kind of take it slow. Nanite should be working fine.
Joey, you have functioning legs.
Now she needs to put her pants back on.
Yep, here's your pants. And what's left of your shirt.
I don't think her shirt was ever really damaged.
I don't remember too well. I think
she never really took a hit.
Didn't what's his name try and punch her? I forget.
Tried.
I swear she took a bruise. I don't remember. Yeah, whatever. Shirt.
She did not.
Huh. She is pretty good at not getting hit. Or lucky, either way. So, here's your clothes. Alrighty, you should be fine to walk and do what you want. Just don't walk at, hyperspeed for 20 minutes.
Right. I'm gonna need a comlink. Mine's fried.
Oh, right, those. Hold on, I have spares. And he does. So he just hands out spares to Alan.
Yes,
show
you
me.
have plenty of those.
There you go. That should be fine. These old ones, fuck them.
Speaking of, they ding.
Huh? Alright, what's up? Who's there?
It is Mars on the horn.
Howdy.
Explain the ants.
Why is that always the first thing?
We are not the people to explain it.
Yeah, can we forward you to Heartbreaker?
On second thought, I don't want to know.
Ah, see, there you go.
We have explained the ants. And now we have successfully repressed the memory of ants.
Although there are others who haven't, so I suggest investing in some psychological care for folk who come complaining about certain insects.
Yeah, please tell me that seeing the great old ones from beyond come swarming out of Heartbreaker's pants is included in the company 401k.
I did not need to know they came swarming out of Heartbreaker's pants.
Well, pants, sleeves, coattails, fly probably.
You can deal with knowing it. We had to see it.
And it could only have been more horrifying if it came out of his mouth. It's the
All right,
only way it would have
enough.
been worse.
What happened at Redshift?
Besides the ants?
Yes, besides the ants.
6 or seven hostiles, all stormers apparently, all controlled by some kind of nanotech. Ralph has a sample, and Aegis has all 6 apprehended. The staff inside the building made their hasty escape after they were successfully evacuated. Police now on the scene. Building seems to be back in mostly shape.
Thanks to the ants, they're going to repair it, apparently.
Oh, and the power company is going to have a little bit of work on their hands because I had to set off an improvised EMP.
Yeah, which should hit like a block or 2.
More phone calls. You said Aegis had the 6?
Yeah, I will point out that the 6 were on our list, and not all of them are, like I said, they were controlled, but not all of them are like well-known criminals. There's 1 or 2 of them that were obviously not of the law-abiding sort, but there was at least one, I think Ghost Girl, who ain't exactly known for this kind of thing, so considering it was mind control, you might want to, they might want to slide that one out.
Yes, besides any of that, that's an interesting thing to hear, because I was just contacted by Aegis, asking where they could come pick them up from the tower.
Alright, you're telling me that there's another group of teleporting paramilitary organization who have Aegis's uniforms? And, by the way, we're apparently summoned on request.
Apparently, they must have hacked our main communications array, because that's where we communicated them from.
No, actually, Heartbreaker was the one who
From the main
mind-phoned Agent Mackenzie.
Oh.
Who then did something or another to stop him from doing that again.
Alrighty, let Aegis know that either they have imposters or they have a mole.
Possibly both.
Agent Mackenzie's the mole, I'm calling it.
Oh, lovely.
Anyway.
You got a sample, you said?
Yes. Ralph probably has a sample. There's no way we could have stopped him if he doesn't. Either way, 0 fatalities. Our job is done. I am hitting the bar.
Hey. Well, yeah, you go drink that memory out, but I better... See, this is why I take samples, people. Yeah, I got a sample. I'm gonna work on it, and thank goodness I got it, otherwise we shit creek that up.
Well, follow up on anything you could find out from it.
Yeah. Number of places this stuff could be made. It seems pretty powerful.
I'll remind you also have the canister from Redshift.
Yeah, I also have the canister. They were after this thing. Alan, before you go drinking, could you put a hand on it and tell me what the hell it is? I mean, it's in a canister, so just tell me what's in the canister if you can.
I can't without opening the canister.
So you can't touch the canister and tell me what's touching the canister?
I can tell you what that thermos is made of.
Well,
to tell you what's inside it, I'll need to stick my finger in it.
To tell me what the canister is made of, that can at least tell me whether or not it's radioactive or something.
Alan wraps a hand around it.
It's just stainless steel.
Just stainless steel?
It's just a canister. What's special is what it's holding, not the canister.
Well, I get that, but if it was radioactive, you would not use stainless steel. Alright then.
Worst case scenario, there's elemental fluorine inside.
Okay.
You should touch it so you can make it.
How about no?
Will you open the canister?
No! God, no. I'm opening this in a very secure... I'm gonna, lock down my lab, get the science shit going, and, science the fuck out of this.
You hear a sigh from Mars, and,
I was gonna ask Mars, hey, do you know what's in the canister?
The canister from Redshift Energies?
Correct. Listen, and I give him a scan.
Ah. Nanites.
The Stormer nanites?
Yes.
Ah. Active ones, I bet.
They can be activated.
Well, ain't that interesting. Now, why would a bunch of controlled Stormers be after this? Well, to make more. Someone is gathering reinforcements. And from the list of people I know who just got their entire little gang kicked, I'm gonna guess it's Foe and the Big Brain. Again. Because it's always the fucking brain.
I would not bet on that.
Well, you know anyone else who's missing troops at the moment?
No, but the brain would not use this as a strategy.
Well,
the brain is arrogant. He controls people himself and nothing else.
Anyone who uses nanites. Do you know anyone who would use nanites? Any particulars?
No.
Shame. Well, I have the nanites, and I have this. Since we know what this is, I can just keep it safe, I suppose, for now. As for the nanites from those people, I have a sample. I should start working on that.
Yes. So Heartbreaker's off educating some kids on why they shouldn't be doing drugs.
And scaring them with ants.
And various other creatures, yes. Chiome is making sure everything works properly, and then probably training.
Maybe a shower first. She was covered in ants.
This is true, yeah. There were lots of ants all over all of you.
Everyone except Alan. Or sorry, Ralph.
No. Yes, Ralph, because he was in the Duke. But they still did cover the Duke.
Who I'm hosing down, yes, I know. It's in the cleaning station.
And Alan is going to get some food.
Yeah.
Food. You mean drink?
Food. Complete with air quotes.
He's going to get some bread.
I mean, it's thick enough to be food. You could probably eat it.
So, are you off to examine your blood sample?
I am. I'm going to see what this is about. See if I can do the same thing I did with Chiyome's nanonites and not necessarily reactivate them, but at least be able to talk to them.
Okay, I'll be right back, but as I leave, I want you to make me either an expertise science, technology, or any kind of medical skill roll you want to make.
I wonder which one I'm going to pick.
Now,
I've got
I'll be
20s
right
in two
back.
of them.
That would be
Yeah.
the science with an exclamation mark afterwards and a mad before.
So yeah, in keeping with the Silver Age feel of my character, I come into the story, contribute nothing, ride a swarm of ants, and leave.
Yeah, that's about right.
Good to have you on the team, Namor.
Yeah, it's always nice when the DC ripoff of the Marvel character is the better character.
It is pretty sad, yeah. Ah, okay, so that's what that does. Okay.
I still have no idea why Aquaman has a hook for a hand, much
He
less
doesn't
why
any-
it's made of gold.
Well, that
Is that
one
in the
does.
comics too?
Yes, there is a comic book version of Aquaman in some reboot here or there that he lost a hand, has a hook on it now.
Yeah, that was I knew that was a thing in the DCAU because he actually got it cut off in an episode and then had the hook.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there was a whole comic series about that. I don't know if it's still like the current finger quotes version of Aquaman.
I loved him in the DCAU because somebody decided to pull the whole Super Friends thing and make fun of him for being useless, so he summoned a fucking Kraken.
I return. It seems like you're talking about Aquaman.
Knew we do that,
Yep.
yeah. So I have skill mastery technology. I rolled a 10, but I could just take a 10 as a routine check as often as I want. So
Fair enough.
there's a 30, just bam. I mean, I rolled a 10, and it's not like a routine check is ever going to be better than a 10. So just
Alright, examining the nanites in the bloodstream, you were able to determine quite a few things about them by both talking to them and actually examining them. First is that, is the basics. They're being controlled by the nanites.
They're all tiny cowboy hats. It's an evil me.
No. There can only be one Ralph, because you are both good and evil.
I know.
It was being used as a gateway to take control of their neural processes and motor functions. So it was not a sort of trapped in their head deal, it was taking over their brain as well.
Yeah, that's painful.
Lovely.
Now, without any sort of device or process to shield them, any Stormer is theoretically at risk for being controlled like this. It does seem like anyone who's particularly strong-willed can resist it.
So this is it's like a rider basically. It's a kind of nanite rider that just jumps on the nanites already in their system and just conquers them from there.
Kind of. This is what you determined. Lastly, this isn't like a standard mind control like the nanites were designed to do this. This is like hacking a backdoor into a control mechanism that already exists.
Oh, so the original Silver Storm nanites were going to be, well, obviously, but they're going to be a weapon controlled through the nanites that gave them their powers. This guy is just hacking the back door. Alright then. That explains why there were nanites at all. They were just gonna... that explains a few things.
Create your own superpowered army.
Yeah, that's pretty much the crux of it. And this person's found the back door and is trying to jury-rig it into working. And is doing a pretty good job.
Oh no, my ants.
Yes.
They could be vulnerable.
Yeah,
they could be.
Anything you summon, really.
Well, I definitely
This
have
is a pickle.
things. Definitely would have things to add to this revelation, but first I will have to wait for that to be brought to me in character.
Well, hold on. I need to study one thing. Can I do that? from like, is it, so I have to do it physically with machinery and like personally? Do I hack it with some kind of signal? Like, how do I think this could be, or could I do it? Like, how would this be done? Do I need a direct interface? Can I do it purely through signals?
Just a moment.
I mean, obviously there's a signal keeping them under control, but do you have to use the signal to get it at all, or is it something completely different?
It looks like, I mean, you could make an actual direct interface if you wanted to, but it'd be difficult considering that the nanites are in the bloodstream. It is mostly through broadcasting a certain kind of signal.
Okay, so it is definitely pure signal based, so this is both blockable, hackable, and traceable. I'm going to work on tracing this signal by basically reactivating the things and see where it goes. But first, I'm going to inform everyone of a couple things. I pushed the Go to Duke's Lab button.
Hold on a second. Ralph, how many PhDs do you have, and do you think these nanites are going to broadcast back to the controlling influence?
I'm hoping they do. I'm not saying it will. I don't know
you can't
exactly.
trace an outgoing signal.
Why not? This is me out of character, not knowing why not.
Because
you
radio...
trace where a signal's coming from.
Radio is omnidirectional. Unless these things are equipped with microwave lasers that carry the signal.
So, if he gives them orders via radio or whatever, I can't trace that?
Ah, yes. You can listen in for... You can figure out what frequency these things use and what encryption might be used, and then listen for a signal that might be broadcasting orders.
Okay, I'd do that then, because that's
But
kind of what I was trying to come across.
Usually
I know how to say it.
triangulate the signal.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I just don't have enough science in my actual brain to do that. Sorry.
Oh, right.
Right. And before I forget, so yeah, button to get everyone over here before I start screwing with that bit. I don't want to have to play triangulation until I've got everyone on board.
You open the plate on your belt buckle, move the bat signal aside, and press the cowboy hat symbol.
You know me too well. I'm slapping the cowboy button. Simple, get in here.
Alan will arrive at his own leisure. He will arrive, but he'll probably be last.
I wait for everyone to arrive. I mean, can't really. I want to communicate this in person. It's kind of important.
Bunch of typing going on.
Could not execute the command every time I tried to type something.
That's weird.
Ah, you have disconnected.
I
Try-
just disconnected. I figured I figured it might just be a problem with MapTool, so I'm gonna restart it and see if that fixes it.
Okay.
That's always my first step with everything.
So, well, what happened? Sorry, I grabbed a drink.
We were... Wambeka just
Technical
having problems with his client.
Ah.
There we go.
Lol. Well, Chiome is in the tower. Is she not responding to my get in the fucking lab button?
Last I heard, she was still in the lab.
I think she might be in the shower.
Oh, right, shower.
Yeah.
Washing the ant stench.
I'm not gonna stick my head in the shower. I like keeping my face arranged as it is.
No, just... If you're in the shower, he's pressing the button. You run naked into that lab right now.
Well, I kick my feet up and wait for people to show up and wonder whether or not they care about the fate of the world.
I'm just here for the fun. I, for one, would like to visit this compass-shaped island in the southwest of the map.
It's an underwater city.
Oh, is it really? I thought it was just there for decoration.
No, but it is. I'm just being really dumb.
Okay. I was also being really dumb, so I get really tell.
Being really dumb is something we do often around here.
I am surrounded by dumb.
You are the dumb.
I'm the king of dumb.
I demand that you retcon that into being an underwater city.
You rang?
Yeah, okay, so the world ended like 3 times by the time you got here. A bomb went off, a meteor fell down, and some sort of super Ebola virus consumed everyone into zombies. Hey, it's Yomi!
Sorry, Super Ebola is only one of the things I can summon.
So, now that we're all done screwing around and, not paying attention to the fact I just discovered a very important note, those Silver Stormers, how they're all effectively got their powers through nanites. They were just enhanced through technology.
We've been briefed.
Yeah, it turns out that they were far enough along in the process of making these things to have basically created a back door in the nanites to control them, because what use is a superpower army if you can't control the superpowered army, right? So these nanites had a little back door to control whoever is gaining their abilities. Thus, the Stormers still have that back door, and that's how whoever this person was controlled them. He simply took the existing methods. The exact hows and whys are up a little bit up in the air, but I can probably triangulate at least the signal he's using.
Oh no, I should probably inform Eaglet and the President to be careful.
Yeah, you probably should. Especially the ants.
The President.
President. Yeah, inform them, because I don't know about you, but rampaging ants, no thank you. Not enough fire. Needs more fire.
Oh, the President just died. I'll have to get back to them in a minute after they elect a new one.
Oh boy. That'll be fun. So, now that that's been explained, anyone here whose powers are based upon the Silver Storm might want to raise their hands. I don't think any of you are, but, now's your chance. And anyone who has any ideas on how best to deal with this, because unless the Silver Stormers line up in a big old line where I can just install EMP shielding, sorry, not EMP, hacking shielding in them, like one by one by one for the next year, or I put like a big dome over the city, like even then, it's not a lot of ways I can prevent this.
Yeah, speaking of big domes over the city,
The Simpsons movie.
No. God, no. Please, no.
Okay, Simpsons movie it is.
Get Mars to look up the ex-employee contracts. We need to check in on Omega.
That's a very good point, actually. Alright, hold on. I got the comm system.
Oh yeah,
Mars,
let's get
I hate to
into a
interrupt
battle
you,
with
but
her. That'll be fun.
this is important. Like, priority 1 important. Pick up the goddamn phone.
Because that's the only Stormer that I know I know who they are. Like, I know of.
Mars, you on?
Mars is not on.
Yeah, doesn't
Priority
she have
1,
the
asshole!
Doesn't she have the ability to level entire buildings in about 5 seconds?
In about 5 seconds, yeah.
I will get the ants on standby.
Yeah, do that. Okay, so Mars doesn't want to answer his phone.
Mars is a bit busy.
Yeah,
I
Mars
don't
is
care.
busy. Just look up, find the employee database yourself and find
I know where she lives. I have her on phone, guy. Hold
Perfect.
on.
Give her a call.
I send her a text. It says, Pizza Hut would like to inform you of our new deal. Hacked nanites in your blood.
Subtle.
Well, she said use the term Pizza Hut, and I have no idea how else to explain that. Do you have one?
Considering
Ask
she
her to
said to use
call
the
you.
term Domino's, she's very confused right now.
I thought you said Pizza Hut. Fine, Domino's. Whatever. Eidetic memory. It's Domino's now.
Back in just a moment.
Text. I sent her the text. It says, might want to come see us, and that's about it. So
Yeah,
she'll be on her way.
As useless as she was in a super team, it would be very bad if she turned against us.
Yeah. Can't she teleport? Wouldn't she just be in the room as soon as I texted her and she read it?
She could be, but she could also be busy at the moment.
Possible.
She has a life. That's why she left the super team.
You also have nothing to actually stop her from being controlled right now. You should probably work on that.
That's what I'm gonna do, but she needs to be informed of the situation. So there you go.
I think she watches the Jersey Shore.
The problem is that even if I make a way to stop it, it'd be on an individual basis. I'd have to go over to you and either inject you with something or...
Well, let's work on that individual, because she can destroy the city in about an hour.
Okay, I'll make a solution for her, but that doesn't solve the other problems. I mean, there's a lot of Silver Stormers, and they're not going to all line up and take my med shot, alright?
Yeah, but I think she's the pressing concern right now, because she can destroy the entire city in a couple hours if you let her run loose.
Alright, fine. I'll make that one for hers, but I need a way to deal with the other ones, you know? So if you guys got ideas, start throwing them out. I'll work while you talk. I'm basically just closing the door, I guess. Problem is, to do that, I technically can't even do it till she gets here, because I need to have her nanites. I need to work on them. That or inject her with more nanites of my own creation that just fix her nanites. Wow, my brain hurts.
I'm going to need solutions for my pals, too.
Okay, I'm gonna mix a really big
I don't know if you've
balance.
noticed this, but they're all Stormers. All of them.
Oh, so you don't just magic them into existence, okay.
No. I
Yes,
get
they're
them
all
from
animals
places.
kind of mutated by the storm.
Well, we didn't know that till he just told us. Alright, I'm gonna just have to basically make a bunch of tiny rider nanites or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to do about my
being controlled
swarms.
by a signal that you do not know what the signal is yet.
Yeah, I need to figure out what the signal is. So first I'll figure out what the signal is using the ones I have here, so I'm gonna do that. And then I'll see if I can find a way to block that signal.
I mean, the two easiest ways would be to eliminate the signal and then use a corresponding signal to deactivate that part of the nanites. If they can accept signals, they might be able to accept program changes.
Do I really want to have that kind of power? Yes, I do. Okay.
I'm back.
Okay, so like you said, that would be the easiest way. I just worry that, doing that could lead to a tug of war between two different signals, and I don't want to think about what's going to happen to their body during that process.
If you just send a signal to deactivate it and not accept signals.
Yeah, I guess. So keep in mind, he probably has a signal to counter that signal or some retardation. This could get really weird really fast, is what I'm saying.
It's like if you have a receiver. You smash the receiver, they can't receive anymore.
Fair enough, I'll try it. I'm saying I won't try it. Try it.
Or if the receiver has a power down command, it can't power up if it can't receive the command to.
This is true. So I'm going to figure out what this signal is first, and then try that. At least, can I test it? Heartbreaker, summon Eaglet. I'll test it on him.
You have a blood sample.
No, I'm using the blood sample to figure out where where it's all coming from and so on. I don't think it's going to actually...
You can't figure out where it's coming from. You can figure out what it is.
What it is. Sorry, that's what I meant. Like, what the signal is.
You don't need Eaglet to do that.
Well, Eaglet's an active living creature. I needed to figure out whether or not the blockage would do anything. If I just use it on a blood sample, no one's trying to actively control the blood sample. And even if they were, I wouldn't be able to fucking...
You need to figure out what the signal is first before you can figure out how to block it anyway. So work on one step.
Fine, step one. What the hell's that signal?
Step 1, drive to a seedy part of town.
Alright, I'm gonna try and figure out this signal.
As far as that question, what makes you think that they can tell the difference? They whom?
The
The-
nanites, I think.
The nanites?
In
Well,
that, I was referring to the person controlling the nanites. I'm
Okay.
wondering what makes Ralph think that they're not going to try to control it just because it's a pile of blood.
Okay.
And that's when he gets attacked by a pile of blood.
Yes, watch it happen.
The pseudopod rises up,
Goes for the throat.
Summons ants.
and it's the thing all over again.
God damn it. Well, let's see what this signal is. I do science at it. What do you want me to roll? The process to do this is completely beyond me, alright?
You have the relevant tech in the lab, so I'm not really worried about that.
Yeah, I do. If you need to know what expertise I have literally all of them thanks to Jack of all trades, but the ones I have the most training in is technology, treatment, vehicles.
I want you to actually make me a tech roll.
Okay. Natural 20.
Okay, then. Okay, so there is a signal broadcast to it for a few moments before it suddenly stops again. You normally would have missed it because you aren't typically looking for this sort of thing. Because it was through radio waves, but the person on the other end, and you could tell it was a person because they communicate with the nanites in the same way you do.
Huh. That is complex. And annoying.
But it is done through radio.
Okay. I can triangulate and block that.
No, you can make a device that will block it in the area you're in.
Yeah.
Triangulate typically requires 3 points, like a triangle, to triangulate.
I need to go find the other 2 points. Hold on.
Well, actually, what you're tracking is the third point. You only need to go to 2 places, measure the direction and intensity at each one. Assuming that the third point, the source, is not moving.
I'm thinking. So the only way I can block this is if I have something to block it with, some kind of interference system. Oh boy.
So, yeah, that would basically be you inventing something. But I have a question in the meantime. Is anyone going to do any sort of investigating on the actual stormers?
Someone else do that. I got a science.
I, with my freshly sobered up body, the hard way, am going to go down to the communications room and start filtering out searches, trying to see if we have any well-sorted lists of stormers who are unaccounted for. Never mind the 6 that just went missing.
I've seen Omega on the news. I'm getting worried. I'm going to attempt to contact her mentally.
I sent her a, text. She'll get to it. It's on her emergency line. She knows if it's from Domino's. Fucking look at it.
Yeah, and it's been like 5 minutes and she hasn't responded yet. That's bad.
Omega is currently handling some lesser street thug.
Okay,
Ask her to finish up and come here, please.
I will do so. Yeah, I will tell myself that. The Duke is working. What's been going on, and that the Duke's working for a block, and we need somebody to test it on. And we'd rather she not be taken over and destroy all the city.
We need that
Yes.
for city things.
I would sort of like to know how she takes on minor street bugs myself.
Same way Green Lantern does. She just picks them up and problem solved.
Gravity wave in the face.
No.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. You got my dog back and murdered 5 people.
She acknowledges the problem and says she'll be over there when she's finished.
Well, everyone, I've got good news. I know what the wave is, and I can block it. Bad news is I need to build something to block it with, and I don't think an injection is gonna do it. It has to be some kind of active device you have to wear.
Okay, how are we going to do this to a swarm of ants?
Yeah, that's a pickle. I could just make a device with a big. I could make it like a zone, basically a bubble zone where it won't affect. It could be fairly big, but you have to carry the generator for that fucking everywhere.
But really quick, Alan, you said you were going to investigate.
Oh, I know what I can do. I'll just make a really huge one, cover the whole city. Fuck it.
Yeah, and that's different from my MP. How? Yes, I wanted to go down to the communications room and start digging through the known associates database.
Are you going to make any sort of calls or anything aside from that?
How big is this map?
I will draw upon some of the tower support staff, but otherwise, I want to keep this internal for the moment.
Okay, how big is this entire map?
Okay, hold on a second. Alan normally makes persuasion checks as replacements for investigation, yes? Or is it the other way around?
Be right back.
Yes, I make persuasion when I'm trying to get people when I'm trying to shake people down for information. Yes.
Okay, I need you to make me an actual investigation check.
Just a basic research check for searching this system in a reasonable manner.
Yeah.
Alrighty, just a second.
Okay. You will get a bit of a positive on that because you've got such a good database to work with.
Yep, that's kind of what I was counting on.
Okay, so you already knew most of this information about the Stormers. Name, profession, general background information, like Crux's criminal record.
Mm-hmm.
But what you can determine by Mars's frankly creepy amount of surveillance going on all the Stormers is that all these Stormers disappeared shortly after the Silver Storm hit. Which was a while ago, and they've been missing ever since. Within a 12-hour window. They haven't been seen at all until they attacked Redshift.
So these 6 specifically?
Yes.
Alright, so there's some Stormers were picked up by foe. Are there any others that are on the records here that just us personally haven't run into that are in this database?
There are plenty that are running around doing small-time crimes. Some of them are picked up by Omega. Some aren't doing anything, like they're just kind of keeping on with their normal lives.
Any others missing?
Not that you can see.
Okay. So it is not a large apprehension operation. It sounds like these 6 were grabbed, suborned, and have just now been caught, but who knows, maybe they've been under some kind of medical procedure ever since. It's been, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I will relay my findings to my fellows.
I have returned. What happened?
I have just relayed my findings to my fellows.
What'd you find?
Findings.
So those 6 that we just attacked and briefly apprehended. Apparently, they were recognized Stormers soon after the Silver Storm event. However, they went missing and haven't been seen until they surfaced at Redshift. We can't find any clue. I couldn't find any records that there's other Stormers who have been known and then gone missing untracked. So it might just be those 6 who have been nabbed. Maybe a few more, but I don't know. This seems like this. The good news is this seems like a small operation, not a, not nabbing dozens of Stormers off the streets and turning them into suborned tools.
Well, because that's what's difficult. You have to actually fight them to do that. That's why he wanted more of the nanites. He just wanted to create more. Scratch.
That follows.
This is going to retcon some of the stuff that's happened, but I just remembered that Omega's not a Stormer.
Isn't she? All right, she got the ring thing. That's right.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
I forgot.
She just got injured by the storm.
Does everyone else here know she's not a Stormer?
Good point.
No, so when I contacted her, she would have told me that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's not a problem.
Okay. Fair
Okay.
enough. So she won't be
Follow-up question.
controlled or a
Will
problem.
we believe that she's not being controlled when she just says, no, it's not a problem?
The others, when they were controlled, weren't very communicative.
Yeah, they didn't
I
talk.
wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to contact her if she was controlled.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll
this is
handle
true.
Yeah, it's not a very subtle control.
Okay, so that's good news then.
Yeah. More good news. If he was after more, nanites to make more Stormers, clearly it's hard for him to get his hands on them at all. And since he's lost this slot, he probably has next to no resources, so he'll be desperate for either more nanites or more Stormers. So first off, need to probably tell Aegeus to keep their eye a little closer. Aegis, sorry.
Aegeus, really?
Code Geass.
I screw up when I'm not paying attention. Moving on.
So that's what the Wombat Kid was trying to make with that goose.
Hey guys.
Anyway, that lot. What was I? Damn it, you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, we need to inform that lot to keep an eye closer on the Stormers that we know aren't, in prison. The good ones, if you get me. Just because they might be in danger of being ambushed. Second, and this is the far less likely scenario one, this is just one I'm hoping will happen because I'm a dreamer, we need to figure out who else is holding these particulars, nanites, the Silver Storm sort. Which, they're never going to just tell us that, so we may need to start, hacking and finding for ourselves. Because they're going to get their asses raided. At least until I have the gigantic generator that's going to cover the entire city in a bubble of fuck off.
By generator, you mean just a jammer, right?
Yeah, it's just going to jam that particular signal. Which, bet anything he'll just find a way around it, use a different signal, and I'll have to, rewire this to do that, and this will just be fun until we find the guy.
That's not the way hacking works, Ralph. Especially not over radio. You say these things use radio?
As best as I can tell.
Then you just jam it. Unless they're on a
radio.
Unless
Yeah, that'll go down well.
No. Unless these things are on a what's name, a rotating frequency, then they're just on one channel. You jam that channel, and he can't give them orders to switch to a different channel.
I really hope it's not the same channel as the pacemakers. Alright, well then it should work fine. I just worry because super science.
Point.
So I will do that. If he finds a way around, I fucking called it.
I'm going to bring something up here because it is something Ralph might notice.
Okay.
Why is there a canister of nanites in storage at a nondescript building?
Why wouldn't there be?
Because they should probably be locked up somewhere, like the rest of them were, like you were told they were by Mars long ago.
I know that's a problem. The fact that some slip through the cracks and some crazy fuckers are investing time and energy to try and recreate them on the down low. Yeah, that does not surprise me at all. I was expecting this crap. We can try and trace it, I guess, but
I'll try and make this a bit more clear. How would they know where to go?
What do you mean, know where to go?
The Stormer, the person controlling them.
I see what you mean. That is a good question. How would they know where this is being held? Maybe that same signal could let you trace them? That sounds silly, but...
You know that the nanites in the canisters are inactive, or you would have been able to talk to them.
Yeah. So that's out, so they didn't use that to trace them, so...
Maybe
Which, by
that
the way, is
mind
an
control
idea.
guy.
It's not the big brain. The big brain does it directly. He like directly does. He doesn't screw around with nanites or technology. He just mind fucks you.
Yep, we had Mars confirm that.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
is gonna be a tech head.
Yeah. Okay.
But how does
That-
tech
no,
head
no,
know
that- that-
it was
this-
there?
This is good. Ralph, you keep working the tech angle.
Okay.
Heartbreaker?
Like a big fucking jammer.
Heartbreaker. I have need of an oracle.
I'm gonna shape it like a tuning fork.
What say you and I go, start shaking down the supply chain and see if we can figure out where the leak is.
Sure, that sounds fun.
Chiome, you got would you rather be on the street or, keeping an eye on Ralph, or...
Oh yeah, because I have no idea what I'm doing. This whole place might just explode. I'm just gonna hang these.
Well, that's the case anyway.
That seems more like a reason for her to not be with Ralph.
I don't think anyone can really keep an eye on Ralph.
You can't even comprehend what I'm doing. Go ahead. Go on, leave. Be gone.
Well, I could if I wanted to root around in your thoughts, but that doesn't really seem like.
Doesn't
fun
mean
to
you'd
me.
understand any of it. In fact, you probably just go crazy for all the fucking country music. Like it.
I'm
Right.
sure there's a way I could comprehend it with a power stunt, but whatever.
Right. I'm going to go scare up some plainclothes.
Okay. Enjoy your trip to the Gap.
Not that fancy.
I only own this one outfit. I have been homeless for quite some time.
Well, that's sad.
Ralph.
Well, you're not homeless anymore. You live here. Down that hall are the spare clothes. It's mostly Allen-sized. Good luck with that one.
Ralph, are you going to be attempting to do anything besides blocking the signal?
This is the sort of thing that takes like multiple days of inventioning because I'm trying to cover like a 20-mile or something radius.
I realize, but for example, while they're taking that angle, there is accessing Redshift's files.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that first because, like I said, this multi-day thing is there's gonna be shit happening. I'm not gonna be able to work all day on them every time. So I'm gonna go deal with Redshift's files.
Are you going to ask permission?
Of who? Redshift?
Mm-hmm.
Warn them I'm going to be reading through their stuff that is clearly illegal, so they have time to delete it, or don't.
A no would suffice.
No, then I'm not telling them what I'm doing.
Please make me an expertise computers roll.
Okay. I think that just falls under technology, though.
No, they are different things.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see.
You can know how to take a computer apart and still not know how to get into a file system.
Yep.
Or you can be like me and know how to use a computer pretty well, but not know anything about any of the components in it.
Yeah, as a programmer and hobby electronicist, yeah, they're fundamentally different things.
This, I believe.
It took me 5 minutes and a YouTube search to figure out how to open my computer's panel, which is self-opening.
Lol.
Let's see here. Attach screwdriver and turn... Is it left or right?
I flick a switch at the back and pull a panel and it falls off.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you, Jack of all trades.
Yes, let's see.
I can do anything.
So, looking at their files, this might actually invalidate what Dallin wanted to do.
Okay, that's fine. Saves us work.
The canister was rerouted to the facility some time ago, before the actual Silver Storm, and then lost due to a computer glitch. You can't actually find it on the manifest.
That motherfucker, the man, woman, child, demon, whatever, who cares, clearly got to this information same way I just did. And that glitch is him having removed that particular... Huh.
You can attempt to trace it, it'd just be really, really difficult.
Yeah, how about I just ask it where it came from?
I'll remind you that this person can do the same sort of talking to machines you can.
Okay, fair enough. Like, if it likes me more, it likes him more, whatever. I'm just asking, hey, where'd that come from?
Okay, I'm going to give you an option here. You could do this, or you can roll your technology.
I'll roll my tech. That's probably the better choice. I'm a little better at tech than social. A lot better.
Just a bit.
Damn. Oh, wait. I'm lucky. I forgot about that. I haven't used that
You
yet.
are lucky.
Oops, almost hit the escape key. That would have been bad.
Maybe just a bit. Okay, you beat the DC by 1 after using your luck.
Hooray!
You can actually trace to the IP that was used, because an actual computer was used to do this.
I swear to God, if it's some kind of, like, library, I'm gonna be so goddamn pissed.
No, well, at first, you're not sure where it is, because checking on the map where that kind of area would be...
Underwater lab?
It is in the water.
Where is it? I don't see it on the map.
It's not on the map yet.
Okay, wait.
Just a moment. Checking where exactly this should be. Because it is not as specific as I wish it was. Yeah, that is horrifyingly unspecific.
Well, yeah, the GM, just get down.
Actually, I think I know why. You wouldn't even be able to see it on this map.
Huh, so it's completely off the map?
Yes, it is a fair distance away, because it is from a marine research facility that operates in international waters.
Wow, that is far fucking away.
Ah, the Deep Six prison facility, or also
Further.
like 200 miles offshore?
It's not actually that far away from Remote City, it's a bit far north.
Mm-hmm.
Deep
But
Six is definitely within our bounds. International waters is...
Well, you could make an argument for it being within your bounds, considering that it's been used to attack a company.
Well,
Also,
Hey, I send Dr. Light out there to kick their asses.
also, I have what may be some horrifying news.
Hmm?
Mechanically, the area nullify that Ralph wants to wizard up to block this, block that control, that's a 130 power point nullify.
Okay, and?
How long does that take you to brew up?
Okay, that's a good question, actually. Hold on.
2 years later.
Not that long, but maybe a year. Okay, so let me go get to inventions and fiddle.
Now, how long would it take you if you were an ant?
That actually might make it go faster. Hold on. Because the blueprints I can't speed up, technically speaking, because... Duh. Okay, let's see.
If you can figure out how to make it, and the DM will let it. My aunt's smart enough to do it if you can make a plan.
They need to make the
How many points did
fabrication
you say it
check.
was?
130 power
Yeah,
point.
they would need to make mad checks, but yeah.
Okay, so purely to design this machine, it's going to take 130 hours. Now, here comes the pickle.
Ouch.
I have to make a DC 140 design check to make this thing. I don't think I can do that.
Okay, why don't you just make a smaller one that I can wear to protect my animals, and then we'll go kick their asses?
Yeah, that's kind of my plan.
Yeah, that's a nullify 10 with a 8-mile radius sphere
How's a
of
nullify
influence.
10 with a, I don't know, selective animals? With a radius of, I don't know, 60 feet?
Selective is more expensive, but
Oh,
radius
so
120 feet is 40 PowerPoint.
in total, okay, hold on. It's DC 50, still not doable.
Touch
DC I can
touch
manage.
range is 10 PowerPoints. So, like, if it's an amulet and it only protects the wearer.
The highest design I can manage is a DC 30, which is basically I don't have to roll. Technically, the highest I can do is a 40. Assuming I roll a natural 20, the highest I can do is a 40. If I want to be able to roll a 10 and win, 30. So they add 20 DC, so on.
60-foot radius, 30 PowerPoint.
Okay, and since I can take it as a routine check, I can just auto pass. However, the time does not go down. How many points was that again?
30.
Okay, so that's 30 hours of designing. Hold on. And 120 hours to build.
That's a week.
Give me a week and I'm going to have you that thing.
Now, can't you roll to make it quicker?
I can increase the DC to make it quicker. That's pretty much the only way to do it. You make it harder to do, but it goes faster.
Actually, the only problem is that's not going to affect them when they're not near me.
Yep, this is a pickle. Well, okay, let's think about this a little bit. So what we're trying to do is prevent...
I guess that just becomes a battle between the technology that's trying to control them and my magic, which calls them to me.
Magic.
I think we have to take the more direct approach to this one, guys.
Yeah, we need to go for the source and not anything other fancy.
And
Just
I really
hit
hope
it.
no one else figures out about this back door, because this is not an easy counter.
Well, that was the whole thing. We make an amulet or something I can wear to stop my animals from being affected so that they don't turn on us in the middle of the battle.
You know what we're doing? We're doing this way too fucking hard. I just realized. If all we need is to protect his animals, I'm going to make you an amulet. Then here's what it does. It's going to be 10, I think, points. Yeah, about 10 points. Immunity to that specific thing within a certain radius. Just like 10 points of immunity. Done.
Yeah, it works.
How long does that take you to make?
If it's just a 10-point cost, not very long.
Give me a time.
Okay. 1 second. Because I can make this, increase the DC and make it faster.
Yeah, I think they should still come either way because of the magic in my ring calling them, and then they'll be immune when they get to me. So.
Okay, so designing it would take me like 15 minutes. Constructing it, on the other hand, would take me an hour.
Stat
That's not a problem at all.
Stat
Okay.
out what immunity you're talking about?
I think first rank immunity is like rank 5, and
You don't get ranks of immunity, you get options of immunity.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, that's my thing. Like the very first one you get, like when it first gives you an option, and the option is like super fucking specific stuff. So I say super fucking specifically that one signal.
One rank, very rare, a rare power descriptor. So.
And that fall underneath. I'm not saying like all radio. I'm saying that one.
Okay.
Well, all radio signals would be within the purview of that too.
And that would cost 5, I believe.
1 point per rank would cost 1.
Ah, well, there you go. 1, and then the other 9 points you can put into how big the area is.
That's a pretty huge area.
Just
there you go.
A moment. Area burst.
Well, hey, we just made a walking, like, everyone's immune to that particular bullshit, Bora.
Okay, assuming that it is a assuming it is a 1 per rank descriptor that captures this particular radio signal, then yes, you can get a 1 mile radius blocking of that.
Sounds good to me.
How big is the city again? Because actually doing that, I could just make a really big version of that, and then problem solved.
Well, the map looks like 30 miles by 40 miles or something.
It'd still probably take a week, but it'd be doable. Much more doable. So that's thought
With
for
that
later.
now
But
doable,
for now,
Let's just do that, and then we can go kick their asses, and it won't be a problem anymore.
well, I still want to
So-
build this in case someone else tries it later. You know.
So anyway, yes, the original IP signal, or IP address, that the person edited this from was a marine research facility known as Point Forces.
Point what?
Forces.
Okay, sure, why not? I look at that data, look at a map, look at Alan, look back at the map. Alan, you said you had a problem with the water, right?
I don't have a problem with water so long as water doesn't have a problem with me.
How do you feel about, I don't know,
Actually,
being
hang on.
3 miles out in the ocean, give or take? That, like,
Yeah, hold
Are
on.
you going to do any research on Point Forces?
yeah, I'm gonna. I know where it is relative to land, so I just wanna make sure Alan isn't gonna just say screw this and leave.
Oh, actually, that's going to cost a little more because you have to put some of the extras other than area on it for you to put area on it. It needs to have the effects others at one point per rank, making it 2.
Oh, right.
So half a mile then?
Just a sec. I'm seeing if you need anything else on.
Well, you have 10 points to work with, so go from there. Took me an hour and 15 minutes to just scratch that up.
Yeah,
Also,
I think
it's
it just needs effects. It just needs effect others. It increases it to rank 2 instead of rank 1.
okay. So its area went down from a mile to,
Half mile.
yeah, still pretty huge.
It's big enough for a battle we're in, so it's fine.
Yeah. Also, it's a belt buckle. So, you know, have fun with that. Right. Well, anyway, so I know where it is.
Anyway.
How far away from it is it land again? It's international waters. It's at least 3 or 4 miles out, so yeah. I'm kidding,
100.
asshole.
100.
Point is, wait, is it actually that far? No, it'd have to be.
The United
You've got the
States.
general distance correct.
Yeah, the United States claims territorial waters out to a distance of 200 miles.
The thing is, we're in the northwest enough to where I think Canada's more north. The only thing more
Yes,
north than us.
You are getting into that sort of area.
So I think the Canada-U.S. International border waters might be closer than we think they are.
Okay.
That's kind of what I was bringing up. We're not like in the middle of California, straight west to like trying to reach Russia's border. We're just go north, and you're at Canada's border. Anyway,
The damn thing's in Canada.
fuckers in
Damn
Canada, those
Canadians.
Canadians. Anyway, I look it down and go, the signal came from a military base in international waters.
It is not
close to-
military.
Yes. Not? What kind of base is it? Just an international science thing?
This is a marine research facility.
Okay. There's a marine research facility in international waters, the Canadian international waters, north of here, northwest. It's out in the water. We'd have to take a
I
boat.
will note that you know nothing about this place until you've actually researched it.
I know. I'm telling
I
Alan
don't
where
think you
it
know what
is.
international waters are.
Yeah, how about we, in universe, check the Wikipedia entry?
Okay. Beep, beep, beep.
What is internet?
Well, it's what we used before we had porn built into our cybernetic limbs.
I'm just gonna not comment on that one. I didn't see anything. I've been traumatized enough by ants as it is. I don't need to see that crap.
It was a joke.
Okay.
Dear GM, please exposit.
Looking
For
up
all our
armed
sakes.
forces. It is a marine research facility owned by a company known as Brand Management, and yes, they are aware of the pun.
Okay.
It was founded by a
they-
man named Brand, with an E
Agreed.
on the end. So,
Fair enough. Real quick, though. Are they owned by Redshift Energies?
no, Brand Management has no connection to Maximilian Mars whatsoever. That you can
Huh.
find, anyway.
Alright.
What you do know about Brand Management is that the reason they have this marine research facility in international waters is because they can conduct various trials and experiment without having to worry about the U.S. regulations and government supervision. And because of that, their facility is openly guarded by their own private army of mercenaries,
Oh, yeah, that's lovely.
Let's go kick
including their own superhumans on staff.
Duh.
Finally, I have a reason
Did they-
to bring in my laser shark.
I mean, it's not impossible that they've gone completely rogue and are trying for, like, world domination or to get more super beings on their side or whatever the waffle. I mean, not impossible. Options. It could just be someone using their facility for his own ends, but it's entirely possible they've gone off the deep end and a whole lot of them just gonna...
Yes,
So-
it could be any number of these things.
The danger there is that we can't just ask to visit. If we do
You
that,
can. You already know
we
what the
totally
answer would
can,
be.
but if we do, that tells them we know, or at least implies we know, and yeah.
I say we travel along the ocean floor via life-saving dolphin.
That's what I was going to do
I
anyway.
think
or,
Alan objects to the ocean floor part.
well, I could
Yeah,
just fly us there.
Alan's just been ever since the point of international waters came up. He's just been kind of trying to hold his expression and not look ill.
Well, I feel ill.
Good for you, kid. I have moral objections to deep water.
He's afraid of water.
You can shut up, kid.
There's
I
enough of 'em.
I can't do that, guys.
Oh, what, I can't airdrop you down?
I could.
Yes,
just
there is a
make you-
picture, by the way.
I could just make you not afraid of water for a bit.
You can what?
It's one of my very many not creepy powers.
It looks like an oil rig, by the way, this facility. So it is high up above the water.
Yeah, and there's no shore in sight, is there?
Nope.
I don't see a map.
I think he's just talking about a picture he's looking
Oh,
at.
you mean in the... Oh, okay, I thought you meant
It's a picture that
literally.
you can see, and you might see later, but who knows?
Well, there's no... I mean, none of us have earth power, so we can't exactly make you a land bridge, sorry.
Yeah, nobody has any access to any kind of Earth powers.
Yeah, well, except maybe Lord Quake.
I don't think we can convince him to help us.
Yeah, I can't do it, guys. I cannot go there.
If we blindfolded you and told you you were going to an ice cream shop, would you believe us? I say, with a big fucking grin. And if you happen to wind up there...
Alan, giving up on tact, begins looking simultaneously unscrewed and angry. You ever been adrift at sea? Floating on open water with nothing but the air in your lungs to keep you afloat? Struggling against the waves for days? Rescue
No,
doesn't
I'm-
save a man from that, it just pushes it off until the next wave. I'm fine looking at that. I'm fine looking at the water out in the bay. I'll cross a wading pool. You try to take me onto a plane that's going to that platform. I'll knock those teeth of yours out and turn them into jelly beans for you to eat.
Huh.
And Alan turns and storms out.
I was gonna say that you could ride in the Duke. Well, this is a pickle.
Who wants me to use a power stunt to excise that memory from his mind?
It sounds cruel. I mean, you remember you doing it, or remember not? I don't know. That'd be a big chunk of mind to just fuck with.
That would probably completely change who he is as a person.
Good.
Using my powers that are in no way creepy. I'm the good guy.
You keep telling yourself that. Well, that is a problem. How to deal
So yeah, speaking of Dr. Light, it all comes full circle.
Chiome, you get along best with old Alan. You head out to see how he's doing. Heartbreaker, can you make an illusion of land, by chance? Make him see land where there's not?
No, but I can make him not afraid of water. I just don't think he would be happy.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't. I wouldn't be happy. That's not really a thing. That's okay. Do you know anyone with Earth powers? Besides Lord Quake? I guess we could call him a favor.
Not personally, no.
How about water powers? Have him like part the waves, Moses style.
I'm not talking to any of those people.
What the? Alright, sheesh. How about air powers if, like, they did a bubble around his head so he always has air? What?
Look, the fire guy was a douche. He said they'd come for my ring. I'm not talking to any of them.
Who are you talking about?
And I storm out of the room.
What? I'm having a weird day.
Okay, now Ralph needs to get upset about something to himself and then leave.
Yeah. Screw me! Leaves. Alrighty then, so the whole group is, except for Chiome, who has decided to go mad. Reasons. Oh boy. I guess we could call in Omega as a favor. You know, have her like stand in for Alan for one more go, and
I don't think Ty wants to play her.
No, I know this is probably a good chance for him to bring in a different character. My character is musing over what options are available. It's not like he has a long list of, hey, let's go recruit these fuckers. I'm not the goddamn Justice League. I got an idea. I see if I can contact Mars yet.
Mars is still busy.
Motherfucker. You know, we could all be dead, you know, if we were in trouble.
Yes, he would.
Fucking creepy spy master. There is no way for us to get down onto that island without having to deal with the water, and he's not going if there's water.
Not unless you want me to mind rape him.
Yeah, that is the only option. And he's not going to take that option, and I question that option as well.
I can do it.
I know you can do it, that's not the question.
This is not turning into some kind of Captain Planet fan fiction, okay?
It already
It's
has.
way
Yeah,
too
it's
late
not
for
too
that.
late.
We're there.
We have arrived. We have been here for a while. Where have you been?
I got my ring off of Mati. He saved me from a mugger and then got stabbed.
Seriously, this backstory. You read it and let him in. Welcome to the only fan fiction worth reading on the subject. I guess I'll just be working in my lab on the thing I'm working on while I try and figure out a way to invent a way to not have water around him. I'm thinking some kind of like mechanical blinkers.
I have a dolphin for that, but he was not interested.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look up the people who work at that bloody place. Like, they're not gonna have like an obvious like, here are the people who work at our like international whatever the fuck. But there is gonna be like news articles and so on of like famous intelligent people going there to work. Intelligent people tend to have news hounds after them all the goddamn time. So I'm gonna see if there's any particular names I can scrounge up. Like really smart people, the kind of people who know this kind of tech enough to do this. Because your average marine biologist is not going to be screwing around with this kind of tech. Oh, maybe they would. Gilman and all that. Anyway.
I'm gonna use the power stud to remove all unpleasant thoughts from his head.
Oh god, he turns into another you. Fuck that.
I'm not doing that.
Well, the first name Ralph comes across is not a scientist in regards to brand management. It's someone who has been publicized by the name Agent Mariner, who is very obviously a superhuman just by what he calls himself.
So it's headed by a super being. Not surprised.
It is not the head of brand management, that is the head of their security force.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense too, honestly. What's his powers as listed? Besides, I mean, yeah, there's a few obvious ones I can guess at, but like, you know, I'm on a list.
Really quick, he is a man with close-cropped blonde hair and a skin-tight black and silver bodysuit sporting wave-like patterns.
Namor, okay.
Kind of, yeah.
Pretty Namor looking, I'll be frank.
As for what he can do... yeah, you aren't able to tell that much, because what little there's known is that he actually uses a weapon.
Trident? I swear to god if it's a trident.
No, he uses a gun.
Oh, holy shit.
That shoots tridents.
God damn it!
It could usually be called a blaster.
Is he an alien?
No,
Atlantean.
he's human.
So his powers have something to do with the water, and he uses some kind of blaster. Well, that isn't very helpful. Anyone else?
Some various scientists, but none that...
None that would, like, be smart enough to do this.
Not in this field. There you go.
Yeah, like this kind of smart.
They are not experts in this kind of technology.
Okay, and there's no other news clippings about any other major techno heads joining up with them.
Nope.
Any superpowered beings that wouldn't have this kind of ability? Like, some could just mentally do this through
None
technology.
that you know of.
And do they have, like, you know... They probably don't have any kind of, like, list of the superpowered beings they have. Probably the head of security is the only one that they have on file that people know about. The other superpowered beings probably are background noise.
Anything else for Ralph to research?
I'm thinking there's how do they get supplies? Do they just fucking conjure it from the water, or is there actual like a system that like there's a supply boat that goes there?
They get ferries every now and then.
Okay, let's see where those ferries come from and go.
Completely different places.
Well, I know that, but there's obviously like a system to it, like day.
None that you know.
There's no way to predict it. There's no like obvious.
Not
every
with the
Wednesday this ship goes up.
There's no people actually monitoring this place.
Yeah, let's change that. I guess I gotta do this part, which I don't know. The danger with that is there's obviously someone smart enough to know that if I start poking my head in their files, I've found him, and he'll skedaddle or at least prepare for our attack. So that's out. I could always hack a satellite and just kind of spy on them with that, but that'll just piss off you know who. Aegis. Goddamn bunch of...
Brad,
Yes.
how are you on time?
I should probably go.
As good a place as any to stop, then. Since
Yummy.
there's quite a few things that need to be figured out.
I'm a mind reaper.
Honestly, I'm just gonna knock his ass out, plunk him on there, and say, "You're a hero, get over it," because Ralph doesn't know how psychiatry works. Or
And then
psychologically.
he stays on the
Whatever.
jet and takes it away.
Steals my jet? How? It's in the air. Can he fly?
Convert it to butter and just see what happens.
What,
I'm
the
sure
jet in the air he can't touch?
I have 40 points to work with for a power stunt. I'm sure I can make him forget things for a couple hours.
Well, the thing is, that makes up a large part of his personality. We might end up with, like, I don't know, Dark Alan with a mustache who doesn't care about the rules and stabs people with a knife.
Or an Alan who only wants to play children's card games and then blows up the island when he doesn't win.
Yeah, that. I did that.
Feel like that's a reference I should be getting.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Come on. Seto Kaiba.
Gotcha, that's why I don't get it.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Not
Bridge,
enough of a
watch
nerd.
it, it's hilarious.
Need to be nerd more. They take that card game so fucking seriously, you have no idea.
They don't have law enforcement, they just have children's card games.
Yep.
Seems legit.
It's a
all
little
there is.
silly.
Well, that's...
Seems more legit than Pokemon, at least.
I'd argue the other way around. At least Pokemon technically does have police, and they use Pokemon to enforce crap. So, kind of comes full circle. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just, fuck it.
No,
I feel like if
Yu-Gi-Oh!
you're on
also
either
has
side of
police,
this-
but when they catch the thief, they have to duel them in a card game before they
Oh.
can arrest him.
If you're on
God
either
damn
side
it.
of this argument, I feel like you've already lost.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So this is a good point to stop with your little character moment. I don't know if this
Oh,
is the
I
point
see.
where Alan is going to retire and say, fuck the water, but it's a good point where he could.
Why would he want to? Alan's awesome.
I know, Alan is fun. He's very sciencey.
Whatever the result might be, whether Alan tries to get over it, or fails, or ends up sticking home and trying to find some way of helping from there,
Or we just, mind fuck him and all's well with the world.
And
And then
there
he
are
murders me
drastic
when it wears
repercussions
off.
of that. Which would likely result in Alan, because he's Alan and knows how Heartbreaker works, gets a bonus on his will save, and then gets told, they just tried to mind rape you, do what you like.
Lol.
And then Alan murders me.
And I watch going, no.
And then it's his journey to the dark side complete.
Then we just hire Wheeler.
Carry me away as fast as you can, ants.
Well, he's gone.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
if Heartbreaker dies, I will bring in Wheeler.
God.
That's a serious threat right there.
That is pretty serious. I may or may not kill Wheeler just because.
Wow,
Oops,
guys,
I killed
this
Wheeler.
battle's on fire. Uh-oh.
I have to kill you now.
That happened in an episode because he's stupid.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
See
See
ya.
you all next week.
Where different things will happen.
Yeah, I do want to ask Tio, though. Is this, you think, the point where you want to swap out? I am curious, because...
Oh no! It's just there is no way for Alan to just choose to overcome this. Like, at best, you could talk him into it, and then he needs to be making a will save every minute to not lose his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Could you
come
technically
into the
help
ocean
it?
with my magic dolphin? Come on.
I mean, just get him like a emergency teleporter home, so at least he has an escape button. That tends
Sure,
to
I
help
can
with
only invent
anxiety.
one thing. Oh, wait, no, this only takes me an hour to invent. Oh, yeah, sure, I can make you a fuck off button.
Yeah, but the problem is this isn't a matter of him choosing to accept it. It's a matter of if he loses it, he's hitting the button, and it will not. It's not a logical thing. It
Oh, I
is
know.
a full-blown phobia.
I've dealt with anxiety on my end. I just know that knowing you have an out can give you maybe a tiny bonus to the will save.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, there's no way with an out like that you're ever going to be stuck in that scenario again. You're never going to drown because you lose button.
You can tell him that logically.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it might help, might not.
Yep.
Honestly, I was going to say, just get in the Duke. If you're in the Duke,
I'll
you're
bring
fine.
something up because I've been thinking of this whole time, and it'd be really, really bad if none of you thought of it. How advanced is the Duke's jet?
It's unusually advanced internally as a jet. It's pretty much just a private jet. Probably not all that advanced.
So it's not a VTOL.
So it's not a VTOL.
No.
That's unfortunate.
Well, I would have to pay. I don't even know how many equipment points I'd have to spend to get that kind.
I'm just saying, if it was, Alan could stay on the jet.
No, he could totally stay on the jet. It's got like how to put this? Okay, I'll show you what I mean.
Yep.
In the
Off
equipment-
session.
Well, it's,
For the moment, let me shut down the stream and whatnot.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Do that. But I want to explain it with words because it'd be a lot to type.
Yep. All right.